not talking about the scammers, the drug dealers, the robbers, and the crooks.
Well, actually...
Yeah, I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked, cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just so by my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had the strength in my mind. To the videos, they thought I was a black guy. That's hard to get over. I'm foreigner in the sport, but I'm fully devoted. I don't take it for granted that the door's been open. I knew I was different, I knew I was chosen. A breadwinner, but I'm soft-spoken. Authentic like a 5950 and there's no cap. Let's have a toast to that. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the They done baptized the bad guy. Still don't follow religion. The fabric's not average. The cotton's Egyptian. 500 for the shoes, come dirty, but the European. Less is more and less is the bank. Up the score, I pull up from trade. From the tray, I'm ballin' like trade. Do what I can, I do what you can't. I wrote this 30,000 feet up. 10 toes, stay G'd up. I'm tryna get that type of wealth, like a house on the hills, can't see us. Say the money still me up. Stay humble, stay teed up. I don't tell you how to live, so don't hit me with no weak stuff. And if you know the deal, then you know the deal. If it's real, then you know.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This your man Marcus A. Brown, and I'm here to tell y'all that I just got done with my first consultation with the brother Andre of Love Crossing Borders. I just wanted to give him his praises. I need y'all to do two things if you haven't already. If you haven't, subscribe to his YouTube channel, Love Crossing Borders. Also, if you are going to Colombia, if you're thinking of going anywhere, traveling internationally, please consider booking a consultation with the OG Andre of Love Crossing Borders. You will not be disappointed. I'm a fan of the channel, so I booked a 2-hour session just to show support, just to show love and say what's up. He provided a wealth of information, way more than I was even expected. He has an excellent presentation. So I just wanted to let y'all know you will not be disappointed. Book the consultation, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Dre, man, I appreciate you. I will be out in Colombia, and I look forward to linking up with you. And y'all, get in tune with him if you haven't already. Tell him MAB sent you. Peace.
Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real.
Where are all the black men? And I'm not talking about the scammers, the drug dealers, the robbers, and the crooks.
Well, actually...
Well, actually, they're here on Andre and Andre's Love Crossing Borders. Maybe for the last, I'd say, 40 years, the SIMP economy has flourished. The more money men have made, whether it be through investments or whether it be through a 9-to-5, the SIMP economy continued to grow. Through the 80s, the 90s, men were giving women the extra proceeds, making the women feel like, I would drink your bath water and spend all my money on you. And yet the SIMP never got any repercussions or reparations, in other words. No rate of return on his investments. Then came the 2000s, and even big girls got in on the game. Big girls, big girls, where the SIMPs were spoiling the big girls, taking care of the big girl weaves, hair extension, long eyelashes. Because the SIMP had the money. The SIMP could afford to spoil the big girls. Then came the Trump economy. And over the last few months, globally because of tariffs, job losses on both ends, China and the United States. The SIMP economy seems to be coming to a crashing halt. Men are starting to wake up and not spend their money on women that don't appreciate them. Men are starting to realize that, oh my God, these are big girls. And the women are in a panic zone, especially since so many women in China have lost their jobs and so many women in the United States have lost their jobs. And when they really needed men, the simps have been nowhere to be found. So that's tonight's topic tonight, gentlemen. The fall of the simp economy, the rise and the collapse of the simp economy in the West, as well as in the East. Shout out to all you guys here with Andre and Andre's Love Crossing Borders. Yes, sir. Shout out to all you guys that are retired simps. If you are a simp that's a reformed simp, if you are a simp that's taking it one day at a time, like AA, shout out to you. And if you just like a regular guy like the rest of us, glad to see you here on Andre and Andre's Love Crossing Borders. Shout out to you gentlemen here. Shout out to my man Will the Thrill. Right out the gate showing love with the $10 love. He says, salutations, Andre and Andre and Chat Fam, because here, chat lives matter. Shout out to all you guys. And this is a hot topic. He said, and I can't wait for Brother Andre. We can cook on this topic. Yes, I'm about to cook on this one. Oh, these women are in the panic zone, gentlemen. You guys aren't spending the way that you used to. Women are going to have to pull out their own credit cards to pay their own meals and their own bills. They aren't used to this. What in tarnation is going on? You men are actually spending your money on yourselves. You're actually improving yourselves, such as coming to the Black Manosphere Conclave this up and coming weekend in Miami. How dare you improve who you are before you pay for the latest woman's weaves? Oh, they're suffering. They are suffering in China, and I mean they are suffering. Those Asian brothers say enough is enough. I ain't got it. I ain't coming. I ain't spending no money on you. It ain't happening. And the exact same thing is happening in the West. Men are starting to say, like, listen, I got the money, and I'm not about to spend it on you. You just ain't worth it. You better holler at those other dudes who are draining their pockets. You're not draining my pockets anymore. Shout out to all you men that are using your proceeds on yourselves. He said, if you have a passport and live abroad, work for a new citizenship. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Shout out to you, Will, once again for being here. I appreciate you, brother. And I also appreciate my brother in the building.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, oh, Canada.
With the $2 love, brother Black Nubian is in the building. Shout out to you, man. Black Nubian TV, that is. Black Nubian TV. Let's scroll to the top. Let's see who's next in line, such as Kenny People. Good evening, sir. Good evening to you as well, kind sir. Glad to see that you're here. Also, let's scroll down. Kenny said, and you're going to Ricky Smiley take what you did and about being a dual citizenship and passport bros movement. Listen, I got a reaction to Ricky Smiley. Man, Black people were not happy. I actually edited it. I might just do it tomorrow. I actually have the video ready. Man, Black people were not happy when Ricky Smiley said get dual citizenship. I mean, all over TikTok, all over YouTube, I found video after video of Black people pissed. How dare you, Ricky, tell us to see? This is the funny part. This is the term that Black people kept using over and over. How dare you tell us to flee? Black people, how come every other race can have dual citizenship, but when somebody suggests to you to get dual citizenship, you consider it fleeing? We're going to talk about that tomorrow. I'm trying to understand how everybody else can get 2 or 3 passports. They might not even use them all. but they got them in case they need them. But when it comes to black folks, to leave the plantation, why you wonder why we call them plantation bros? Because they consider leaving the United States as fleeing. You passport bros are flee. You black expats, you fleed the United States. We just can't get that slave mentality out of our system, can we? Shout out to my man Bill in the building. Bill says this, he say, looks like another, another banger. It's gonna be a good one. You guys better get your popcorn out for this one. You better get your popcorn out for this one. Anytime you got America and China agreeing on something, and it's not the government, it's the men. The men in the United States, Canada, and UK, as well as the men in China and Japan are saying, no more. No more. And the simp economy is crashing. Are there still simps out there? Yes. Simps will always exist. But spending the way that simps did in the billions, no more. Guys are saying enough is enough. Shout out to Bobby Coltrane. Buenos tardes. Actually, it's Buenos noches right now. Buenos tardes, which is good afternoon or towards good evening. But right now, it is evening now. Yep. Once again, Don, a.k.a. The Don JP, is in the building. Appreciate you, brother. He said, good evening, Andre and Andrea. He said, good evening, gentlemen, in the chat as well. Shout out to my man C's being in the building. Glad to see that you're here, brother. Glad to see that you're here. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Wonderful evening. He said, we here. Let's go. Family, Andrea, chat. Shout out to Dave being in the building. David Dice of the David Dice family, first of his name in the year of our Lord, 2025. He said, what's good, family? Yes, sir. We're going to have a good one. Shout out to Raymond being in the building. Yes, sir. Mr. Turner himself of the Turner family. He says this. He said, good evening and good morning, everyone. Yes, sir. Because a lot of brothers on the East Coast, as far as eastern border of the world, out there in Malaysia, China, Japan. Good morning to all you guys in the Philippines. Good morning to all you guys in Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, South Korea. Shout out to all you guys out in that area. Appreciate you being here. Really do. Good morning. Enjoy your morning coffee. Shout out to Black Empowerment 0140 in the building. Yes, sir. He said, I'm on time today. Salute. Salute to you as well, kind sir. Salute to you as well. Glad to see that you're here. My man Ace is in the building, man. Appreciate you being here. He said, ready for another rant, Uncle. I'm going to try to be, we're going to be one family tonight. Shout out to you guys. And shout out to my man Greg being in the building. Shout out to Greg. Yes, sir. And Bill. Salute. Salute to you gentlemen, man. We always have fun on the channel anyway. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Charles being here also. What did I do right? What, Jesus? I just want to say thank you. My cousin Michael is in the building, doing something right again. I called you earlier, Mike. I just want to chop it up. I was touching base. I called you earlier, so I might give you a call tomorrow as well. So I'm gonna hit you up. Yeah, man, I'll just touch a base, checking how you doing, man. Shout out to Tori, Mr. Brown in the building. He say, Andre, I'm about to see all the men that have helped me get my compass straight in the right direction. Friday at the Black Manosphere Conclave. We will be there. I will be doing a live stream on Friday night at the Black Manosphere Conclave. I actually speak. My class is actually Friday afternoon, and I will be speaking on Friday afternoon. So I'll be speaking like in the 12, 1 o'clock, that time period. And then I'll be on my class, and I'll be teaching from the book Anywhere Possible. So I'll be teaching from that. I got to get the audio book finished as well. But also, I'll be on stage doing a presentation in regards to how to make America your second home and not your only home. It's possible, gentlemen. It really is possible. It's not Americans. There are a few myths that we're going to be talking about at the conclave to debunk. One of the first myths is you don't have to be rich to relocate. Any of you guys know me, realize I didn't relocate rich. Tailor Made Dreams did not relocate rich. Aaron from Black Men's Travel did not relocate rich. A lot of guys did not relocate to the other countries as rich as Americans think you have to be. Secondly, that's a myth. It is. You do not have to wait until you officially leave to start visiting what country you're thinking about moving to. If you're a person that's thinking about visiting or relocating to the Philippines in 10 years, right? In 10 years, I'm going to the Philippines. You should have at least 3 trips under your belt for the Philippines. 2 to enjoy, 1 for recon. That means you're looking at apartments. You're like 2 years out before you get ready to leave. You're looking at apartments. You're doing all the things that you need to do. If you're a person that's moving to Brazil, shout out to Brazil. Same thing for you. You're leaving in 5 months. You should have at least 1 trip to Brazil for recon. We're going to talk about that. You do not have to wait until the last minute to go visit or enjoy or do recon in the country that you want to move to. One of the best things that we have now, gentlemen, are gentlemen. I'm going to tell you what I mean. One of the best things that you gentlemen have right now is there is so many of us in all these countries. As soon as you land, there's a bunch of us already waiting for you there anyway. There are very few places in Europe that don't have passport bros and blue book gentlemen and black expats. There are very few places in Southeast Asia. There's very few places in Central America. We got brothers in Cambodia. We got brothers in Panama. We got brothers in Mexico. We got brothers in Honduras, Costa Rica. We got brothers in El Salvador. We got brothers in Belize. So you ain't never got to do it like we did. We basically, there wasn't a bunch of us yet. So we basically kind of like we're trailblazers. But now for you guys, it's always somebody already there. All you got to do is go to a Facebook page or join a WhatsApp group. So the networking part is right there waiting for you. So you never have to feel like you're going to another country by yourself. There's a lot of dudes out there in Southeast Asia. Shout out to all you guys that are out there. Appreciate you, gentlemen. Chalupe is in the building. Buenas noches. Good evening to you as well, kind sir. And my man, Growth Talk. Kofa, shout out to you being here, brother. Drop the link to your channel if you have your YouTube channel. Drop the link to your channel. And that goes for any of you guys. You know I'm not funny style. If you have a positive YouTube channel, I don't care if you only got 5 subscribers or 50,000 subscribers. Drop the link to your channel so we all can support each other. This is Black Male Media. This is Black Male Media. So we're here to help each other grow and prosper. How you think all of us got our plaques? How you think all of us got over 100,000 subscribers? It was me, Flyboy Way, Ace Live, Dave from the Tech Show. I forget who else it was. It was Richie Rich. And there was one other person, I forget. And out of those 5, let's put it like those 5 or 6. I think Drees was one of them too. Out of those 5 or 6, all of us went over 100,000 subscribers when all of us were just working together and we were under 10,000 subscribers. Ace Live wasn't over 10,000 yet. Tech TV, a tech show with Dave, he wasn't. We were at only like a couple thousand. Flyboy Way, I think Flyboy was at like 5 or 6,000, maybe 4,000. And then you fast forward, it's not a coincidence that the same group of brothers all have plaques of 100,000 subscribers. It's the same thing when it comes to revisiting and hanging out in other countries. You're never by yourself. So never feel like you're going to be relocating to the Philippines or Cambodia or Thailand by yourself. There's just too many of us in all of these countries for a person not to be in connection with the group of guys that are already down there. Shout out to all you guys globally. Yeah, you snuck up on me, Mike. You snuck up on me. You got me. Shout out to my brother Jay Fleming in the building. Salute to you, kind sir, as well. Salute to you as well. And my man T-Mac, always in the building. Another salute is going out to this gentleman here. Shout out to you. I got your son's email as well. I'm going to be reaching out to Theo. I don't know if you have, but I'm going to reach out to Theo. Tell your son I appreciate that email, man. Tell him I said, you're welcome. Yes, sir. And I look forward to meeting him as well. I mean, Ray says this. He said, when is the expected release date for your audiobooks? I'm actually looking to fit. I was supposed to have them done before because a couple of you guys, T-Mac, my cousin Michael, a few of you guys have already asked about the audiobooks. But I've been focusing on finishing off my my fourth book already about global discounts, because there are so many discounts globally that guys don't know about. Flight discounts, Airbnb discounts, shopping discounts. There's so many I'm not talking about minor, I'm talking about some major discounts. And so I created a book that centers around our global travels and some of the deals that are out there that we could take advantage of in many of these countries. So I kind of like put the audio book or audio versions of the books that I have on the back burner, and I'll be working on those once I come back from the conclave. So I'll be announcing that for you gentlemen as well. Shout out to my man IMFF in the building. Glad to see you here, brother. I am glad to see you here. Shout out to my man Charles in the building. Charles B1, that is. Mexico is off the hook, bros. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. We like Mexico. Me and Andre really like Mexico. Yes, make sure you subscribe to my man Jay Fleming's channel. Make sure, keep it going, guys. Keep it going. We've got 38 in the building, at least 30 new subscribers to Jay's channel. It only takes a split second to go to somebody's channel, subscribe, and enjoy the rest of the show, guys. We got a great one tonight. Once again, I say, I was laughing while I was putting this particular episode together. Like I said, it is rare that you see the United States, Canada, and UK agreeing with China and Japan. And what do they all agree on? That the SIMP economy is going to be crashing. Men are not going to keep blowing their money on unappreciative women. Men are not going to sit up there and try to buy women's affection anymore. That's done. Now, if that's your girlfriend or your wife, that's one thing. But that time, the spending $300, $400, $500, $600 on a first date in Japan, in China, or New York, or Vancouver, those days are over. Men are done. The economy is too tight. Even men with good money, men that are making good money, have decided, yeah, I'm about to put this money in crypto. I'm about to dudes like, man, I'm putting this money in crypto, man. I'm not about to sit up here and spend all this. Wait till you see one. This woman in China, this woman bought the largest lobsters, like 5 lobsters, and then giant crab legs, sea urchins, what else like sea cucumbers, all type of stuff, right? Yep, thank you, sexy bro. I know I've been taking something and putting in my small. Oh, cologne of the night. Andre was just talking about cologne of the night is Tom Ford's Oud Wood. Tom Ford's Oud Wood. Grown man's cologne. It's definitely a suit cologne. It's definitely a sports coat suit cologne. It is. I can't think of wearing it for anything else. And it is definitely a woody scent. Definitely a woody scent. Really good. You know, Tom Ford usually makes very good masculine scents. Shout out to my man William being in the building. William H. Money. Appreciate you being here. Blessings to all. Glad that you're here. Let's scroll down a little more. Let's see who else I didn't get a chance to see. My man Zero, them DMV boys. Hola, hola, hola. Shout out to them those DC, Maryland, and Virginia boys. Shout out to DMV. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And let me scroll down a little bit more. I think I got everybody. Cool. That means we can get started. We don't have to hear Andre's mouth tonight. Nip. Nip. We about to change this music up. And we about to have a good time. Shout out to you guys that support by way of PayPal, Cash App, as well as the Super Chats. Let me get the banner going. There we go. Get the banner going. And let me scroll down, change the music for it. There we go. Yeah, that music's just so smooth. So smooth. Let's get ready to get started. This is going to be a good one. First, we're going to start off talking about what simping is all about, and then we're going to start talking about how in the United States as well as in China, men have come to the conclusion we're not about to waste our money on these women any longer the way that we have.
These simps out there.
There's a lot of simps out there because they don't have the guidance. I'm sure I was a simp at some point.
So you were a simp at some point?
Sure, yeah. I didn't understand that I had to become a more valuable man, and I would just pedestalize women, but it's all I knew how to do. Like, I wasn't valuable yet.
How do you become valuable as a...
That's the, before we go any further, I knew I wasn't going to say anything, but I shouldn't have said that. One of the things that guys that when you go to other countries, don't do that. Don't pedestalize women. One of the first signs that we see y'all simping, and when y'all come to these countries, y'all pedestalize these women. We got it. They're beautiful. We got it. You used to fat girls back in the States. We get you. Well, I understand. Big Bertha don't look nothing like sexy Magali in Brazil, right? I got you. But one of the mistakes that the simp nation makes is pedestalizing women. I'll tell you what I mean. Y'all ready? Y'all know what my motto is. You have to learn to tell a beautiful woman no. If you ever want to get past pedestalizing a woman, you have to learn the fine art of no. When I came to Colombia, I told many of gorgeous women, nah, I'm good. I'm good. No, that you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm good. If you can't do that in Brazil, you ain't gonna make it. There are going to be times where you can say yes to beautiful women, plenty of times. If you can, come on, Ronan. If they can't make it in the Philippines to say no to certain women, you won't be able to make it to the right woman to say yes to. I'll say that again. If you can't say no to the wrong women, even though they're beautiful, you'll never make it to the point where you'll be able to say yes to the right woman. That is fact. Shout out to my man Dave once again. He said, Andre, this is quality, brother. Quality channel. He say, name go ninja, go ninja, go ninja, go. He say a brother and his Thailand, his brother and his Thai lady. You enjoy it, Andre. Yes, sir. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate the love. I kid you not, guys. That's probably the number one thing that I learned when I came to Colombia. I had to be able to say no to these gorgeous women. They are so beautiful in these other countries. They are so fit. We are not used to seeing women with thick thighs and small waistlines. We're not used to seeing beautiful petite women like we see in Asia with the sense of humor and smiling. We're not used to being spoiled. A lot of times we simp because the women in other countries are doing things for us that we hadn't seen since our mothers were alive or around. We hadn't seen that in our first wives before our divorce. We like, man, I was with this woman for 14 years and she ain't never done nothing for me like this. And I only been with this woman for 14 days. And so I know what it's like to be flabbergasted and amazed at what the ladies are doing. But I'm telling you guys, the first woman that you meet, she may not be the last woman that you meet in that particular country. Andre was not the first Colombiana that I met, dated, made it, whatever it may be, right? But I had to tell a lot of other beautiful women no to get to that beautiful woman. A lot of you guys are the same as I am. You are in great solidified relationships, but you had to tell a lot of really gorgeous, sexy women, even women that you did have sex with, like, ooh, the coochie was good, but something telling me she ain't the one who I want to hang out with while I'm here. The sex was good, but she just ain't the one. And if you hang out with her, now you in simp territory. I'll say this again. Just because you had sex with somebody don't mean that you need to spend your whole trip with her. If you fall for that and she makes you feel guilty for not want to hang out with her, now you're falling into simp category. Next, you don't owe anybody economically anything that's not your boo. If that ain't your woman, you don't owe her anything economically. The cool thing, most countries, women, a nice simple meal and they cool. But in China or Japan, there are women that think they need to have the best of the best just like the women in the West. And that's why the simp economy is crashing, because a lot of us men are discovering it shouldn't take all that for me to spend money on you like you're a wife or a girlfriend, and you're not, and we're just on our first date. So the two things that I mentioned that'll keep you from being a simp in another country is A, learn to say no, or be prepared to say no to a beautiful woman, even after you've sexed her. You don't owe her anything. That's number two. You don't owe her anything just because you sexed her. Listen, you sexed me, like in the words of DMX, I freaked you, you freaked me. See what I'm saying? So don't think that you're obligated or you owe this woman because, man, she was nice, she funny, she cool, the sex is cool. If you're into her, cool, that's great. But if you feel like, she starts an argument. You're in Thailand, this woman starts an argument with you. You're like, wait a minute, I didn't fly all this way just for no argument. It's okay to let her go. But I sexed her, and the sex was good. And you think she got a monopoly on good Thai sex? No. No. So be ready for that. The third thing I would say is this. If you go into another country, work with the network. Work with the network. What do I mean by that? If I'm going to let's say I was single, in all sincerity, if I was single and I was in the Philippines, I'm getting advice from the brothers that's already in the Philippines. I may not ask them to introduce me to a woman in the Philippines, but they could put me up on game or, okay, now, Dre, you in the Philippines. This ain't Colombia, dog. This is how they do in the Philippines. You need to look out for this, that, this. They like this, they like that, but they don't like this, they don't like that. The third thing is don't try to fly solo. Don't try to build a plane on your own, man. You got too many dudes in all these countries that you can get advice from that you don't have to crash and burn. Now, if you get the advice and you don't use it, that's another thing. But you cannot say with all these countries that you're in, nobody was there to tell you about women in Medellin. T-Mac is right there in Medellin. Jay Clyde is in Medellin, and a bunch of other brothers that are in Medellin, Colombia. You got a bunch of brothers that's in Brazil that's been there for years that you can network with, and they'll tell you how to maneuver when it comes to dating Brazilian women. Same thing in Thailand, Philippines, Japan, same thing in Europe. You got brothers in Europe that's right in Japan, in Germany, in Spain, in Portugal, that will tell you how to date a Portuguese woman. Why would I want a Portuguese woman? You do realize the number one relocation spot for Brazilians is Portugal. In other words, if them fine Brazilians are not in Brazil, they are living in Portugal with all them other fine African sisters in Portugal. Don't sleep on Portugal. So shout out to you guys. He said, Average Man Unplugged. Shout out to Kenny in again. He said, Average Man Unplugged, who recently got YouTube award. Yeah, Average Man got his. He just got his 100,000 subscribers. Shout out to Average Man. Sir. Learn how to say no. Learn how to say no. I know she's nice, she's sweet, she's cute. But one of the number one things that will turn a woman on in some of these countries is the fact that you were the only one that said no. Everybody else simped up, opened their wallets, hung out with her longer than you want to hang out with her. Everybody else did that. But you were the only one that sat back and said, I'm good. I'll see you tomorrow. David said, no, Dre, that's brothers. They said that brother channel, its name, Go Ninja Go. Oh, okay. We already looked at that one. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Let me get us back to the video. Let me not rant. Today is not a day of ranting, but I just want to hit on that small part. So let me even break it back to the beginning.
So why there's so many simps out there?
There's a lot of simps out there because they don't have the guidance. I'm sure I was a simp at some point.
So you were a simp at some point?
Sure, yeah. I didn't understand that I had to become a more valuable man, and I would just pedestalize women, but it's all I knew how to do. Like, I wasn't valuable yet.
How do you become valuable as a man?
Well, there's a lot of ways to become valuable. I mean, first of all, work on your your fitness, work on your knowledge, work on your finance. Like, there's ways to become more valuable. And really, the perfect man, like, ideally, you work on all these different avenues and you just run up the stats, become as balanced as possible.
So what are women attracted to in a man that makes them say, you know what, I want this type of man versus another type of man, in your opinion?
To put it simply, women like masculine leaders. So if you can lead the woman and you're a masculine man, you're on your purpose, women are going to be attracted to you.
I say, brothers, you should do 100. They say, no, I'm going to do 50. But I'm still 100% a provider. How is that
Stop listening to celebrity simps like this dude.
possible?
Guys like this who already made it on a high level got so much to say to the regular dudes that work a 9 to 5 who haven't gotten a hustle on a high level enough to where they could just provide for all the bills when people's average rent is $2,000 and $3,000 across the country and the minimum wage is like less than $15. These people are just barely getting by as a single person, but you putting this extra pressure on people's shoulders that's already trying their hardest to figure it out. I've been in this situation, trying my very hardest to figure out how can I make enough money to just do better for my woman and my kid. And the stress of that is already enough without having to see people on social media who are entitled, who already made it, who probably sold drugs or some silly shit to get their come up. And now they're getting legitimate money and they want to judge other men in the society. And they use these simp-like talking points to try to shame men. Now, you need to be ashamed of yourself, bro.
Man, 50%. Woman, 100%. Child, 100%. So a man that's going 50% with his woman, it's like a man's not even there. Because if that man left, the woman will still be 50% provider, 50% nurturer. The child will still be 50% child, 50% nurturer.
Man,
Where the hell did this man learn how to do math? The man is 50%, the woman's 50%, the child is 50%. That's 150%.
Fellas, the biggest sign that you are a simp is when you pay off your girl's tuition. Congratulations, you just won the Simp of America award, because ain't no girl ever gonna respect you for that. And every time a man does this, she ends up leaving him once she becomes established and once she has her career where she don't need your ass anymore. And why would she? Because you are a beta male simp and she's on to a guy that she actually wants a future with. Stop doing that shit, and I wish a girl had the balls to even ask me some shit like that.
If I were to leave my husband, there are men lined up who were more than willing to take care of me and my daughter. But
are they the men that you want?
Yes.
Time out, because listen, this is what women get confused. There's a lot of fucking simps who will do it because they don't have many options. These are the guys that don't have an option, because listen, that's the problem with the game is women feel like because there's always men lined up, they get the fucking delusion that they can have any guy. No, when given the option, you're gonna pick the better option. A woman with a kid is never the better option between a woman without one. I don't care what a man told you, it's about what he showed you. You can sit here and say, he told me this guy told me he want to pay my bills, he told me he want me to have his kid.
So this is what y'all simping about? Look at this, look at this screen, don't look away. American men, don't look away. She's your queen to be, full of affections. Your queen to be right here, fellas. This your queen to be. Big girls, big girls. She got a fan and a cowgirl hat. This your queen, America. 70% of all women in the United States are either overweight or obese. These are your women. These are the women that this woman literally said, looking like this, out of shape. She had the audacity with straight, how can I put it up? Audacity and straight temerity to say that if my man leaves me, I know somebody else will take care of me and my child. And you know something? Just like the brother said, it's a bunch of dudes out there that will. And I'm not talking about some broke dude with a PlayStation. I'm talking about American men are so used to being around big girls and overweight women because 70% are considered overweight or obese, that you think, like I said the other day, America is the only country that we call fat girls curvy and fine. Oh, my bad. We call them thick. America is the only country, ain't no other country they call fat girls thick. They don't call fat girls thick in South America. Don't even think about it. Central America, they do not call fat girls thick. They call them fat. Don't even think about Southeast Asia. They dang sure call a thick girl fat. Many countries of you can't go to Ethiopia talk about something I'm thick. No, you baby, you fat. You can't go to Egypt like that. You dang sure can't go to Europe with them thin, slim Polish girls, Ukrainian girls, the beautiful, gorgeous Scandinavian women. You can't be going looking like this. Only in America, y'all call, yeah, I said it, y'all. I ain't never did that. Y'all call fat women thick, curvy, fine. And I understand that when you got 70% of them look the same, you can't tell the difference. You be walking through the mall holding a big hand. Anytime you walking through the mall and your woman hand is bigger than yours, y'all hold hands and it just clasp and it feel like you holding a football helmet. Anytime you hold your woman hand, it feel like you holding a whole motorcycle helmet in your hand. That's how big her hand is. But y'all want to call them curvy. But guess what? She right. She is right. And he's right. There's a simp in the United States born every day that will take a big chick and treat her like a queen to be. Full of affections with no infections. With no infections. Now y'all be walking down the street proud of y'all big girl. Blocking out the sun and everything. Big girl and y'all big girl kids.
We're gonna tell you anything to get what we want. Right. So stop believing what he told you and start believing what he showed you. If he did not move you in and he's not paying your bills, who you dated doesn't matter. We will date you, yes. We will fuck around.
And in this world, come to a motherfucker, especially you niggas, especially black folk. Don't know black person, come to the next black person, especially if they doing good or looking good and say, man, you know what? He got a drinking problem. He don't wear cologne. But he's handsome in the face, but he don't have a car. He still live with his sister. All of this shit is wrong with him. But I just want to fuck him so bad. I'm going to change his life and I'm going to take him to Jamaica. Black men do that to women every day. She got 3 kids. Her ass is fat, but she don't got no car. She live with her cousin, but her cousin going to watch the kids this weekend. And she said she going to go to Jamaica with me and she got a fat ass. Is that not the truth?
Nah, you're right. I'll give you that.
So therefore, men need to step up as men of the requirements of what they allow and what they accept and what is okay.
Like that's what he's supposed to do.
But y'all ain't even together though. And he still helps you.
Nice guys finish last. Here's a scenario of a bonnet babe, not bonnet, but she got the scarf on her head, look like she just woke up or just had sex. She's standing there with her new boyfriend. Somehow her car ends up in a lake. Guess who comes and gets her car out the lake, gentlemen? Oh, you're going to love this one. You're going to love this one. I just gave you the scenario. This raggedy looking chick is with her new raggedy boyfriend. Car ends up in the lake somehow. And guess who you're going to see come get the car out the lake?
That's what he supposed to do?
Yes.
Jay, baby.
What's up, man?
You done came and saved the car, man, and she ain't even with you no more.
Oh, it's all right, man.
He done came and got the car. She ain't even with you no more. The ex-boyfriend. The ex-boyfriend. Absolutely correct, gentlemen. This clown is using his truck to tow her car out of the dang lake.
You a good guy, man.
We all here together, man.
She got a whole new man. You still helped out, man.
A whole new man standing there. Whole new man. Whole new man. Ain't got to lift nothing. Ain't got to do nothing. Ain't got to do nothing. A whole new man. Big afro and all. From the island of Red Bonia. Light-skinned brother from the island of Red Bonia.
That's a good guy right there.
Where he at?
That's what you call a good ex right
Where
there,
her man at?
Really came and helped her out, man. She took all your stuff. Hey, she left the football player, man. That man played for the Falcons and the Chiefs. She came and saved you, man. I mean, you came to save her. That's a good dude, man. Got your homeboys with you and stuff, man. Right where you be at. That's a good guy, man. That's a good guy right there. Passion, you gonna thank him? No.
Say, are you gonna thank him? She said no. Oh, don't act like we ain't never seen no gang goofies in other countries. If y'all fellas, come on now. We done seen some of the goofiest white boys in Thailand. We done seen some of the goofiest brothers that have done some of the goofiest stuff in Colombia. Dudes that act like this are the same ones that get drugged in Colombia. Stop it. We've seen these dudes, low self-esteem, no confidence, don't know how to tell a chick. I wish your ex would call me talking about tow her stuff out the lake while her new man is standing there. This the funny part. The new man was the one that was beating the brakes off her that morning to mess up the scarf. How you think the scarf got messed up? Because the new man was beating the brakes off that coochie. Now, I don't know how the car ended up in the lake, but I know one thing: the ex-boyfriend wasn't the one beating up that coochie and made that bonnet or that scarf look like that. That's the part that, man, listen. Yep, Pookies be all over in Colombia, all over Brazil. Trying to prove a point. I'm still a good man. Can I have you back?
Oh, shit, she said no. Whoa. Well, damn.
You a sucker. You a lame nigga. That's why she left your ass. You ain't got no backbone. She left your ass and took your shit, and you trying to help her out? What the fuck? She got a new man. Where he at? Why he not doing it? Why are you there? Simp ass nigga. If that was my ex, bro, that car be at the bottom of the lake. I swear to God, she know better. Don't call me.
How many sugar daddies have you had total?
Man, the ex ain't
Probably like 30. Oh, wow. Damn. Wow. Sorry.
30 total.
See, no, gang. No, gang. It would be nice to sit back and say, well, that's because the ex still hitting it. No. It's dudes out there that simp on that level. It's brothers out there that literally simp on that level. That if they ex call, they like Michael Jackson when he was a shorty. I know he better be good to you. 'Cause if he doesn't, what is it? I'll be there. Simp song. They got Michael Jackson singing simp songs when he was a shorty. Because if he doesn't, I'll be there. There are simp dudes that'll do the exact same thing that ain't even hitting it. That's not even hitting it. Yes, sir, Theo. That's like simp extraordinaire. Simp 2025. No, Theo, say it isn't true, my friend. Say it isn't true. I mean, we've all had simp moments. Don't get me wrong. Every man have had a simp moment in life, whether it was for a short time period or a long time period. So we all had those moments. But like this? Oh, no. X, you can't spell the word next. You can't go to the next level. You can't meet the next woman without the word X on the inside of it. X means next. Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna sit up here and waste my good years, waste my gas, pulling your car out the lake. I ain't had nothing to do with it. And your new boyfriend is just standing there after he done beat the coochie up that morning and messed up your little hairstyle and your little handkerchief on your head. Yes, it's true. Yes, 'tis true. 'Tis true. Oh, y'all gonna love this next one. Hear this.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I'm including like pay pigs.
What's a pay pig?
A pay pig is basically
That's why she left your ass. You ain't got no backbone. She left your ass and took your shit, and you trying to help her out? What the fuck? She got a new man. Where he at? Why he not doing it? Why you there? Simp ass nigga. If that was my ex, bro, that car be at the bottom of the lake. I swear to God, she know better. Don't call me.
How many sugar daddies have you had total?
Probably like 30. Oh wow.
Damn. Wow.
Sorry.
30 total? Okay.
Yeah. Also, I'm including like pay pigs.
What's a pay pig?
A pay pig is basically someone that, like, I want you to drain my bank account type thing. Like
a pay pig. Have y'all heard of that one? I've heard of zaddy, sugar daddy, simp. Now they calling y'all pay pigs. A man that just basically wants you to drain his bank account. A pay pig. Shout out to LJ, the Southern Vegan in the house. Men, true men, progress forward. Seal did a Hulk jump forward for real. Pay pig. Let's bring that beat back. Hear what she had to say about the pay pig. What the heck is a pay pig?
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I'm including like pay pigs.
What's a pay pig?
So she got 30. She said she had 30 dudes that's paying for the coochie right now. 30 dudes that she's had. She said that doesn't include the pay pigs. The pay pigs are the dudes that just give her money. Yes, a pay pig like to be abused for his money. Crazy. Wow, I've never heard of that. Thanks, Ronan. Wow. That is crazy.
A pay pig is basically someone that, like, I want you to drain my bank account type thing. Like, a pay pig is someone that submits to you. I've had one pay pig in person, and he would like bow down and like, you know, show up to my house and just like knock on the door, put the money there, and then leave.
Average.
Are such a plague.
Yeah, it's
such a plague.
It's bad. How many of the 30 total that you've had would you say have sent you more than $100,000?
Not too many. Probably only like 7.
Do you have a name for?
7 dudes have sent her more than $100,000. Let that simp sink in. Simping could be on a level that we don't even think about, dudes. 7 dudes have sent, out of all the dudes, she said, not that many. Not just 7. Just 7 ignorant months have sent me $100,000. Shout out to our brother Dornick. Dornick says this. He said, Andre, I recently had a 47-year-old broad, no kids, no, not married, 5'3", 235 pounds. Bruh, that's Barry Sanders. Tell me that she needed 8 to 10K. Push it to get her life back on track. Your take. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. I recently had. We can end it right there. We can bring the jokes right now. I can ride that for like 35 minutes full of jokes for that right there. I ain't gonna do it. But I recently had. You mean that you allow somebody that look like they can block for anybody in the NFL? You recently had. I ain't gotta go no further. The jokes start there. You recently submitted yourself to. You recently allowed. Your esteem told you, you know what? I must engage in. You recently had. Recently? This ain't when you was young, dumb, naive. I didn't know any better, Lord. This was recently? I recently submitted to the following scenario like I ain't had no sense in my head. I recently had a dime. I ain't have a dime. She was a 9. Nope. She wasn't a 9 either. I recently had what Kevin Samuel said, you're 7 at best. Nope, she wasn't even 7 at best. I recently had. I want you to let that sink in. I need you to walk in the mirror and tell yourself, I recently was crazy enough to have. I don't even know if you sexed her or not. I don't need to know. But for her to be bold enough to ask you for that money, that means that you must have been getting your big girl on. I recently, dude, I done seen some cute big girls. I ain't never seen a big girl cute enough to be 235 and 5'3". You recently had somebody that got to pay for 2 seats on the airplane. Somebody that could go to Applebee's and get a 2 for $20 twice. Somebody that looked like a Halloween pumpkin. You recently had it? After watching our channels and you recently had. You could have went on monk mode. You'd have been better off dealing with pay for play in the States that you recently had, like recently. That means you was with her long enough to where she can feel comfortable to lay her big bowling ball head on your chest and ask you for $8,000 to $10,000 to get her life on track. Man, she was gonna eat good with that $8,000 to $10,000. She already knew her appetite was not for $8 to $10 appetite. It was an $80 to $800 appetite. She said the type of food that I like to snarf down is $8,000 to $10,000 worth of barrels of hay. They don't make food for people that big, do they? They still make food for people that damn big. I mean, when you that big, you don't even go to get a meal. You just put the meal inside the muzzle, just put on the muzzle, just strap it around her ear and just let her eat it like a horse. You recently had? You said that with pride too. I recently had capital H, capital A, capital D, damn it. You recently had? You see, I ain't went no further. Everything else was obsolete. You recently had. Men, take it from us old school dudes. Y'all ready? There's some things we need to take to the grave. Recently had, should have went to the grave. Yeah, you should have been denying that. Soon she walked up on you. I don't know who you are. You should have been giving her a trick or treat, get treats. Looking like a pumpkin. She ready for the holidays. Dude, anytime a woman is built like an upside down light bulb, no, bruh, no. You recently had an upside down light bulb? Recently? If you don't get off this live stream and get in front of a mirror, just stand there like you Prince, just looking at yourself. How doves cry. Yeah, you need to be standing in front of a mirror, looking at yourself like you Prince. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. What was I thinking? I recently had. Recently had? Man, you could have just not put nothing else in there. Recently had. Let's say recently had was your coworker. It had to be something about you that a 47-year-old bowling ball felt comfortable with asking for money. So it's part of the story. You ain't got to tell us. That part needs to go to the grave. Don't share that with no friend, your priest, your pastor. Don't tell your dog the real story. Don't tell your cats. Your ferrets don't need to hear it. Don't tell it to your parakeet because he gonna repeat everything you said. Don't tell it to your goldfish. Don't tell the real story of how a 47-year-old bowling ball was able to feel comfortable enough to walk up on you and said, boo. That's her voice. Boo. I know we together recently. Sounded like Macho Man Savage. Boo. I know we together recently. Can I get about $8,000 to $10,000? Yeah. That's all I need to get my life on track. Yeah. Anytime you got somebody you recently had somebody that could outsnore you laying next to you. You thought that you snore loud until recently had came into your life. You should change your phone number in your phone as this is Miss Recently Had. Okay, save. Because I know you ain't deleted her number out your phone. I bet you $500 her phone is her phone number still in your phone right now. She still got social media access to you. Y'all got photos together cheek to cheek. I keep trying to tell y'all dudes, leave these girls with these football helmet heads alone. Anytime her head looking like what's looking like that Martian on the Flintstone. You know, the little Martian that Fred used to see in his imagination. They had the big head. Anytime your woman head is looking like that and you recently had her, oh man, bro. Like I said, the rest of the story, don't tell us. I'm gonna teach you the art, the fine art of to the grave. I got some to the grave stories. The other brothers in here on the chat, they got some stories. They gonna tell nobody. They gonna take it to the grave. Some stories need to be going to the grave. Recently had, yeah, Miss Recently, she need to go to the grave with you. We don't need to know nothing else. We don't need to know. You can't justify it. You can't. No, Dre, that was a coworker. Yeah, I bet you was smashing that coworker. Miss Recently had. I got you, bro. I understand. Somebody, like I said, somebody out there simping for the big girls, big girls, big girl. They got their fans. She wasn't recently. You bought a fan, so she could be out there dancing with cowboy boots on and cowgirl hat on with Beyonce with a fan, doing a little country dance. One more time. Come on again. With the fan. You bought her a fan for her birthday? She out there with Beyonce with a cowgirl hat on, with a big, you recently had. You recently embarrassed yourself. That's what you recently did. You recently did yourself a disservice. That's what you recently did. You recently did yourself wrong. That's what you recently did. You recently had. No, you recently effed yourself. You hurt your own feelings. I ain't even hurting your feelings. I'm just telling some jokes. You sitting up there, hurt your own feelings. Every time you walk past a mirror, you got to drop your head until you get past the mirror. You got to brush your teeth like this. You can't even look yourself in the mirror. You sitting up there combing your brush waves like this. You recently had. God dang. Let this be a joke. Let that have been a joke. Because if it was me, I'm going to tell you something. That one would have went to the grave with me. That only person would have knew about that story was Jesus. Andre, we need to talk. What, Jesus? You want to talk about that big girl? Which one, Jesus? The one with the fans, boy. The one with the fans. I don't know who you're talking about, Jesus. Don't play with me. I'll be standing in front of the Lord at 92 years old. Lord, thank you for letting me in your holy place. I love you so much. Boy, we need to talk. What do you need to talk to me about, Lord? Anything for you. What was you thinking? Anytime you know when you die, God gonna ask you one question. My son, do you think that you deserve to be in my heavens? Nope, that ain't the question for you. My son, did you help anybody else while you were on earth? Nope, that ain't the question for you. The one question God gonna ask you when you die, it could be at 92 or at 102. God gonna ask you, what the was you thinking? What you gonna tell God? Well, you know I recently had. What the heck? What the you recently had? Time flies, Lord. I was 32 when it happened. I'm 92 now. I thought I recently feel so current. Oh my God. I recently had a 47-year-old. Goodness gracious. Her fat ain't retired. No kid. And this is the funny part. He said that no kids, like, hey, but by the way, no kids. I know she fat, out of shape, and she looked like she got baby fat all over her neck, but no kids. I know she looked like she eats smorgasbords for breakfast, but hey, no kids. I know she built like a car, could barely fit in a car, and will weigh down a car, but wait a minute, let's not judge her. No kids. He put that no kids in there like with pride. He might as well put that in all capital letters. She 47, but hey, I don't care if her body's about to be crinkled up and wrinkled up and her breasts are all the way down to her ankles. No kids. He said that with some pride, like, wait a minute now. You're not gonna talk about my woman. No kids. He said that with pride. And then he put her information in there like he was getting ready for the combine. 5'7", running a 4.9 at 235 pounds, heavy welterweight, heavyweight, helter skelter weight. And then this is the other part he put in there. Check it out. With pride. No kids. Oh, and to top it off, here's the cherry, Dre. Here's the cherry. What you gonna do about that, Dre? Bing. Never married. He said that like, now what you gonna say, Dre? Now what you gonna say? No kids and bing. Cherry right on top. Bing. Never married. He said that like, I got you, Dre. What you gonna do now? What you gonna do now, Dre? Got him, fellas. Watch this. Dre ain't gonna be able to respond to this one. He ain't ready for this one. He you know how when dudes sit up there and they don't do this, they take their hands and do this. Yeah, got him. Got him. What was you thinking with that description? What was you thinking with that? That description was gonna make us say, you know what, man, she was a keeper. You let the one go. I think you let go of the one, man. You need to go on back to her. Did you want us to justify it so you can call her in 15 minutes or something? I'm serious. Did you just want us to say, man, you know, get a big girl a chance. Everybody need love. Everybody need a snack. That's what she needs. Everybody needs a snack. She ain't going to the gym. The only exercise she's doing is spoon ups and forklifts. Spoon ups and forklifts. Those are the only exercises that she's doing. Let me get a spoon up. These reps are killing me. Let me get these forklifts in. You can do it, girl. You can do it. Lift that fork. Lift that fork. You can do it. Yeah. You know when sisters be that big, man, they got mustaches or beards. Which one she got? Don't lie to me. She got that little piece of hair that grow right there. Usually when sisters get that age, they got that little piece of hair that grow right there, or they just got a full-fledged mustache. Mustachio. Anytime you got a girl that big, she could twirl her mustache like a villain. And you said you recently had her? Y'all in photos like this, she twirling her mustache like she just an arch villain and shit. Like she didn't just tie somebody to the train tracks. She just twirling her mustache. What the hell? You recently? I wouldn't have recently told that story. I'd have been like, man, you know, if I told that story, I'm telling you, even if I knew it was recently, me, Andre, I'd have told that story as if I was like 17, 15. Hey, man, when I was 15 years old, man, I had this. I would have said it like this. When I was 15 years, hey, Dre, I need your advice. When I was 15 years old, I had a 47-year-old woman. No kids. That's how I would have said it. The only part that would have changed in that story was about me. Yeah, I was 15 And you know, I ain't know no better. You know, I had a school teacher. She was 47 years old, and she was the music teacher. You know, she was playing the flute. She was a flute, like you know, like Andre 3000. She was playing the flute, and so were Dre. We was in the music class one day, dog, and she started playing with my flute. You know how it is. I was 15. I'd have told all type of lies about that story. That story would have been so fabricated by the time I got done telling that story. I'd have believed my own lie. Was I 15 when it happened? I would have never been bold enough to say, I recently had. I'm serious, brother. Come on, man. Let's be for real. We're in the barbershop. You my brother, you my family. This family, man. Don't be mad. We family. If we can't talk about each other, who can we talk about? God dang. I don't know what you was thinking about telling that story. The first line messed you up. We would have been cool. I told you I'd probably rant for about 35 minutes on this one. We would have been cool if you would have just told the part about her. We'd have been like, dang, what? Female ask, wait, big girl asking for $8,000? What's wrong with her? We'd have did that. But when you threw that recently on it, I ain't hear nothing else. I'm reading, and all my mind is thinking is, I recently had. Ain't nothing. As soon as I got done reading the part that said, hey, Andre, I recently had, all of a sudden in my mind, I became Charlie Brown's teacher. Hey, Andre, I recently had I ain't heard nothing else I said. Nothing. And the next thing I heard was your take. Now you heard my take. You literally heard my take. You just heard it for the last 20 minutes. I hope that helped you out. Now you can take your butt. You don't need my take. You need to take you in front of somebody's mirror and stop be blocking yourself in front of a mirror like you're a vampire. What was I thinking? This is not Salem's Lot, okay? You ain't got to worry about it. You ain't a vampire. This is not Salem's Lot. You still good. Oh my God, I'm hideous. I'm smashing 47-year-old big girls. Oh, but no kids. No. Like that was supposed to rescue you from something. Oh my God, bro. I love you, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love you. Thank you for the super chat and thank you for asking us for our advice. You picked this. Yeah. Shout out to all you guys. Let me hit these comment sections before we go back to the video. Shout out to Jeffrey in the middle. Mr. White says this. He said, Andre, do you think that that they be so bitter when the clock runs out and they become invisible? They do. And I'm actually, it's kind of funny that you said it because I'm doing another video on invisible women. And because I'm keep coming across white women and black women as they age, they literally say that they become invisible. Like nobody flirts with them. Everybody talks to them like, you know, hi, Mrs. So-and-so, hi, Miss So-and-so. But nobody looks at them like, dang, girl, you fine. Them days, nobody asks for their number. The days come where they literally say, and this is global. This is a global statement. It's kind of funny with women. Globally, women say, I literally fade away and become invisible. Like they're still loved by their family. They're still appreciated by their friends. They still are encouraged by people. But when it comes to relationships, there are a lot of women that will tell you as they age, they literally become invisible to the marketplace as far as relationships. Because even dudes their age want younger women. Yep. He said, I can't give 7 women to send me $100. I mean, $1 for real. If we text 7 women, a lot of you dudes be like, man, I got $1.15. Well, I had a female send me $2.32. That's it. This woman got 7 dudes that have sent her over 100,000. I ain't mad at her. Get your money. Yep, she like 7, like it was nothing. He said that Red Fox is about to have a heart attack for real. Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you, honey. But I ain't gonna have no kids. Woo. He said, I can't stand ultra simps. He said that they yeah, for real, with the amount of money they were spending. He said, mess up the game for us kings out here. Yes, sir. He said, no, David says, no, Dre, that's Barry Sanders. That's Jerome Bettis. Good call. That's Jerome. He's sitting up there dating Jerome Bettis. He know when he get ready to pull out a chair for her, he got to pull out a stool. I mean, pull out a bench. Hold up, baby. Let me pull this bench out for you. He grabbing benches at the restaurant. You know, when you go to a restaurant, they had a bench outside. They had a bench outside where people be waiting for the tables. Anytime he take that big chick to a restaurant, he be going outside, grabbing that bench outside, bringing it into the restaurant. The bench that was set out in front of Red Lobster, he be telling the people, like, excuse me, can I get this bench? I'm on a date. I'm on a date. Can I get this bench? Well, can I get 4 chairs? Can I just spread 4 chairs? Give me 4 chairs. Yeah, that's Jerome Bettis right there. Goodness gracious. Woo. That was funny. You just made our night. JJ on the joke bag tonight. Man, you just made our night, bro. Yeah, seriously, man. Straight for the combine. 235, 235, 35, 35, 40. For real. 35 pounds of macaroni eaten every day. For real. She don't need a plate. She just need the whole barn. She just walk into the barn. I don't need no plate, baby. Now you know I don't need no plate. I'm gonna go right into the whole basement and just eat whatever. I just need the whole basement floor. Just clean the basement floor up after I eat. For real. Seriously, man. What? You ain't no face that cute. You know how you had that big girl with the cute face? Like she just a pretty cute face. You be like, man, she'd be fine if she wasn't so big. I ain't seen one at 5'3", 230. She's supposed to be giving us some NFL tickets. We're supposed to be getting some good tickets in the front row. He said, why did you recently have any of that? For real, recently had, like, what? No, I kid y'all not. After I read that part, literally everything else was like, I ain't hear nothing else I read. I was like, wah, 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 wah. For real, dang. Go, man. Hey, you can clip this and send it to her. You can clip that part. Where we at right now? We at 1 hour 16 minutes. You could go ahead, go back to like 50 minutes. When we're at 50 minutes, yeah, you can clip that part from the 50-minute mark and go ahead and share that with her. You go ahead and send it to her as a Halloween gift. She too big. She too big to celebrate Christmas. She Halloween. She all she gotta do is paint herself orange. She ready. She pumpkin ready. For real. He said Dre about to crash out YouTube server. I'm just saying, fellas. Seriously. He said dudes in the States funny with this Dre. He said Dre rant about hey, I'm just saying. Seriously, ma'am, what's your blood type so we can put it on your driver's license? What is that so we can put it in the system? BM. What was that B, ma'am, if you don't mind? What's your blood type? My blood type is BM. Ma'am, I didn't hear you. What's your blood type? It's BM. BM, ma'am. I'm putting it in the system. It's not O or A or positive A or B. No, it's BM. Why are you whispering? It's BM. What does BM stand for, ma'am? It stands for Big Mac. Why'd your voice change? It stands for Big Mac. My blood type is Big Mac. I can outsnore any man. Any man I can outsnore. Anytime your woman can outsnore any man, she walking through the streets like this. She just walking through the mall like this. Big girl, I can outsnore any man. There's not a man in America that can outsnore me. I'm the snore champion running 3 years straight. Goodness gracious. And that's recently, huh? Tell us about it. Pray tell. See, see, Y'all better be happy we ain't nosy on this channel. Because nosy dudes will sit up there and be like, so tell us about it. Tell us about how'd you meet the big girl? What type of snackery did you have in your, how she smell? You ain't had on cologne. You had on like something in your pocket, like she smelled a pack of gum in your pocket or some Tic Tacs, something edible. She smelled, you had Altoids. Is that what it is? She smelled Altoids in your pocket. And she was like, what is that? That smells delicious. What is your name? What is your name? I just smelled that you had Altoids. How the hell you smell Altoids in my pocket? For real. Oh man, I could go hours on that one. Let me right. She got the gazoo head. She got the gazoo head and built like Frosty the Snowman. Mm-mm. 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 For real. Anytime orcas be looking at her like, she big. SeaWorld, Killer World trainers, call them and ask them financial tips on how to save money. That level of wildebeest. For real. You be asking your woman, oh, you gonna eat raw again tonight? Again? You eating raw again? I likes what I like. I like my meat raw. Goodness gracious. I likes what I like. He might not. I love you, brother, but if you don't, I understand. I understand. You got somebody, you got mouths to feed. I understand. You got mouths to feed. Oh my God. Oh, here we go.
Oh, you don't have a big dick, you don't have a big wallet, fat dude, but you got a lot of nerve, and women should approach you. What they get?
What they get? Snacks. What they get, Kevin?
You don't have a big dick, you don't have a big wallet, fat dude, but you got a lot of nerve, and women should approach you. What they get?
For real, what they get, Kevin? They get the golden corral. Anytime your woman is a regular at a place called Corral, like they do cattle, Corral. Anytime they know your woman middle name at Golden Corral, Bethany, what are you doing here again, girl? Well, you already know how I do. They just call back to the cooks. Make it raw. Anytime your wife sitting up there eating, your girlfriend eating brontosaurus burgers like on a Flintstone, anytime she eating ribs that could tip your car over on the side like the Flintstones, bruh, and you recently had her, you could go ahead and send her all these jokes, all of them. You could, if you mad at her, what? Let me send you these jokes. You go ahead and just clip this part of the video and just send her these jokes. And I bet you birds of a feather flock together. I bet she ain't big by herself. Her mama probably big, father, aunties, cousins, sister-in-law, co-workers fat, best friend is fat from high school. Her dog is fat. She got a fat cat just wandering around the house looking like Garfield. I'm saying, bro, I don't think she fat alone. She probably try to recruit you into the fat fold. Baby, eat a little more. Eat a little more. Just one more spoon up. Just one more spoon up. She's sitting up there doing spoon ups and fork lifts. I can do it. I can do it. Oh, y'all think this funny? Wait until see. I want to say this part because it's on the video. Guess what one sister said? This sister said that since the economy is so bad and simps ain't simping no more, she said she gonna keep her weight on because if everything fall apart, fat girls gonna live the longest. It's on the video. Oh, I had to put that on the video. I told her, I said, I put in the comments, I say, I've been waiting all year to hear the stupidest thing I will ever hear in 2025. I think that's it. This woman said that because of the economy, and people losing their jobs. When the ish hit the fan, fat girl's gonna live the longest, so she refused to lose weight because of the economy. Sound like it might have been your girl, you know, it might have been your 47-year-old girl. I don't know. When we show that part of the video, you let us know. He said, I hope the brother doesn't live in Colorado Springs. I doubt it, because in Colorado, you know, it's high altitude. Fat people, they really ain't trying to be up there like that. So I doubt it's Colorado. Colorado, you got to have nice, decent lungs in Colorado. You see what I'm saying? Y'all up in high altitude. Big girls don't usually survive. Big girls usually don't survive and thrive up there unless they like buffalo or something. He said, because I told a big girl I don't get down like that. And if I did, certainly not. Thank you. At this altitude. Absolutely correct. At this altitude. Let me let you guys go, man. We go. Yeah, she built like she built like she's South Park for real. I'm just saying, your girl built like she's South Park. The one you recently had. Oh, you think I'm gonna let go of recently had? 47-year-old. Talk about old dogs, no new tricks for real. She's a lifetime snacker. I can imagine that. Snacking for life. Precisely. Calling Sha'Carri Richardson as a life coach for real. I need help, Sha'Carri. Help me lose this weight. Help me pick this spoon up. He said, Andre said, lift that fork like an obese Olympian for real. You can do it. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. You can one more forklift. Oh. I did it. I did it. I got 50 reps of forklifting. I got 50 reps. How many reps does she get in daily? Goodness gracious. I got 50 reps in. Nobody can mess with me on this forklift. Okay, let's get back to the video, gentlemen. They just want black men to accept anything. You know why? Because too many of us black men are accepting any old thing. That's why. Too many of us black men are accepting any old thing. That's why they why you think big girls run around like Lizzo think they're 10? Let's be real. Why you think Vivica Fox thinks that she still got a chance at a quality man? Because simps keep giving these women chances over and over and over and over again. Always giving these chicks a chance. Let's get back to the video, gentlemen.
Is that all? Are they? Yeah. So wait, you're 20?
Yeah.
And you've made, not counting your OnlyFans, it sounds like you've made over $1 million from pay pigs and sugar daddies.
Yes.
Some clothes, you can have them clothes. I want my wife, man.
What up, TikTok? Gary here. What you just witnessed is the breaking of a simp. Simps think they need women in order to survive. Yes, men, we want women, we need women for a certain purpose, but we don't need them to survive, okay? You can live. The thing is, all of his responsibility has been thrown upon that woman. Now she's gone. He doesn't know what he's going to do, and he's scared. He's going to have to man up. That's the thing. I hate saying it, but in this instance, it's true. He has to man up. But now he's crying, snotting, upchucking, bleh. He's getting all that simpish nature out of him. And what's going to happen, he's going to be a refined man. 2 years from now, you're going to see the strongest brother you ever seen. Okay? Get the simp nature out of you. Sometimes this is what it takes. Have a good day.
Fellas, be careful at the end of August, beginning of September. Around the beginning and middle of September, y'all be careful. Because these women going to be looking for Christmas babes. They're going to look for Thanksgiving, they're looking for Thanksgiving and Christmas babes, boyfriends, whatever. Y'all be careful, fellas. Don't be fooled into the trickery and sit around and be buying her and her little crumb snatchers some gifts or whatever, right? Because, you know, every year she got a different man. So she got to bring somebody different for, you know, because everybody in her family married in a relationship. So she don't want to feel like she's out. So she going to trick one of you sapsuckers to take to her Thanksgiving party or Christmas party or to the family get-together, whatever. So be careful out there, fellas. And like always, guard your heart and guard your wallet at all costs.
All right, a lot of men think that women are the problem out here, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be real with y'all. Women are not the problem. You see, simps are the problem. You see, simps have no standards.
Facts.
Simps let things slide. And you know what? If a woman meets 10 strong dudes in a row, I bet you she's going to have to change her ways. But it's the simp. It's the simp that allows her to get away with a whole lot of BS.
Let's face it, men are the problem. Modern relationships are a mess right now because men have been taught to give up their power and accept disrespect just to keep the peace. But here's the truth. It's not about controlling women. It's about setting clear, firm boundaries for yourself. And too many guys are afraid to speak up, afraid of.
Don't let that slide by. Don't let what he just said slide by, because that's what I talk about when it comes to travel. He said it's not about the women, excuse me. It's about setting clear boundaries for yourself. Meaning the first person that you're going to say no to is you. See, I often talk about saying no to beautiful women to get to the right woman. But a lot of times the person that you need to say no to is not the ladies first. A lot of times you need to tell you no. No, Andre, no. Sometimes we want the ladies and we look out for the red flags of the ladies. I'm telling you, some of you dudes are your own walking red flags. You wonder why that relationship didn't work out. You were the red flag that let it happen. You were. We've all been there. We've all had moments when we were our own walking red flag. What do I mean by that? We would not set boundaries for ourselves. We'll set boundaries for that person, We'll set boundaries for her. We'll put a boundary for her. But when it comes to setting boundaries for yourself, it's funny how we don't put boundaries on ourselves, especially when we go to other countries. That's one of the things that I did for me. Okay. One of the boundaries I put on me, you guys already know about this. I don't do street meat, right? I wasn't doing street meat. Anybody know street meat is street prostitution. I wasn't in Colombia picking up women off the streets, right? I don't do street meat. That's my boundaries. I don't do drugs. That's my boundary. I don't care about other people, what they do, but as for Andre, that's my boundary. I don't over drink in areas or around people that I know that I don't know. That's my boundary. We've got to, when we go to other countries, set boundaries for ourselves, because as you set boundaries for yourself, he's absolutely correct. It'll automatically impact the boundaries that you have for the other person. What do I always say? What's the difference between a river and a flood? I mean, a river and a flood. A river has boundaries on both sides. A flood doesn't. And sometimes, quite often, we go to other countries and we let these women flood all over our lives. We don't give them boundaries. We don't give them standards that they have to follow. We don't give ourselves boundaries. We don't give ourselves standards. And then when all of the flood has washed away and everything is destroyed in your life, you want to blame everybody but yourself. Man, I can't believe she drugged me. I can. Any of you dudes that ever that you know somebody that got drugged, or all the stories that we look at of guys getting drugged, what's the number one denominator in my mind is this: I'm never surprised. I have never been surprised when somebody got drugged. Ever. I've seen some of you intellectual dudes get drugged. I've seen some hood dudes get drugged. I've seen the pookies get drugged. I've seen some of you professionals get drugged. And the one thing that you all have in common in that moment that you were dealing with the wrong people and you didn't put any red flags or boundaries on yourself, I can see you getting drugged. You got robbed. I see it. I ain't never been surprised, ever. Now, one of the dudes that ever got, that we watched all these videos, I've never sat back and said, man, I couldn't see him getting drugged. Yes, I could. Because even in that window of time, even if you protected yourself the whole trip and you were wise the whole trip, that one window of time when you let those two women into your Airbnb because they were beautiful and gorgeous and you got robbed, I can see that. Why? Because you didn't put any boundaries on yourself by saying, I will not let two women into my spot in a country where this is my first time. And I don't care how safe everybody else says it is, I'm going to put boundaries on myself, which will cause me to put boundaries on others. He's 100% correct. It is the men's fault. It is our fault. Stop blaming all the women in Brazil. Stop blaming all the women in the United States. Stop blaming all the women in Thailand. They trying to use a dude. Stop trying to blame all the women in Colombia. I got drugged. It was the women for I can't stand Colombia. It's burnt out. Stop blaming Dominican Republic for all. It starts with us. We don't put boundaries on ourselves. Therefore, why should the woman put boundaries on it? You ever ask yourself that? Why should she not drug you? You don't put boundaries on yourself. Why should she not scam you? Why should she not ask you for money and you just met her? Why shouldn't she ask you to buy her an iPhone? Why shouldn't she? You don't put any boundaries on yourself. You're waiting for her to do it? This woman is a total stranger. You've been knowing you your whole life. Why should she put boundaries on a person that didn't put boundaries on his dang self? Why? You mad at her for robbing you and you didn't put boundaries on yourself to keep a person like that out of your face. You see where I'm going with that? The first thing that I did, whatever country I went to, I made sure I put limitations on Andre Spence. I hadn't met anybody yet. I hadn't run across anybody yet, but I knew one thing, the one person that I did know in that country. You know who? Me. The first person I met in that country was me. The first person I met in this country or was hanging around with in this country was me. I was hanging out with me. I knew me, and I know how Andre is. So therefore, I had to put limitations on me. But if you think you're waiting on her to put some limitations and some rules down and her to have a conscience and her to sit back and be nice, and why? Why should she? Why? Why shouldn't she rob you? I'm serious. If you don't protect you, why should she? That's crazy. Even the locals in that country don't touch that person. But since you don't put, meaning the locals in that country know that woman ain't right. We don't even mess with her. In other words, they put boundaries on themselves. But when you met her, you ain't putting no boundaries on you, so why should she? I just want you guys to think about that part. Women and females look for simps to help buy school supplies, and clothes for their kids. This is that time of the year, gentlemen. September 1st. Me and Andre were talking about this last night. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Christmas season starts September 1st in Colombia. All you guys that are already in Colombia right now, you see all these Christmas stores open, don't you? All the Christmas ornaments, Christmas trees, they open as if it was December 30th. I mean, December 1st. They're open right now. What does that mean? What do Andre and I always say? Have your guards up in South America right after September. Why? Because women are going to start trying to scam you. The one that didn't rob you in December, in June, didn't need to rob you in June. She let you sex her down. The one that didn't rob you in April didn't need to rob you in April. She let you sex her down. Now it's September, and you let your guards down. and she know it. And you thinking she'll never rob you because she didn't rob you in April and she didn't rob you in June. Now she gonna rob your black tail in October, and you gonna be looking stupid in the face. And me and Andrea see it every year. You guys these women are playing the long game. They're just trying to catch you and hustle you, man. Y'all, some of y'all dudes got women in y'all phone right now that are plotting to rob you or scam you or trick you, in the sense of Western Union Poppy sending money in the mail. Sending money to Western Union. Papacito. Mi amor, mi amor. And she gonna ask you to send that money. And you gonna send it. Because you scared that if you don't send it, the next brother gonna send it. And guess who's sending money? The next brother. Oh, when she makes you feel like you're the only one, you ain't the only one. She gonna ask for some money on the iPhone from you, and the brother that's in your mind that you think that if you don't send it, then she'll go to the next man. Dude, the next man already in her phone, and she telling him the same thing. And the next brother over here is already in her phone. September, man, they about to get their money out y'all dudes. Okay, you think I'm playing? Watch the price of pay-for-play go up globally. If you think I'm playing, watch all of a sudden the prices for pay-for-play go up globally. These women need Christmas money. They got kids to take care of, plural. They got grandmamas. These are family-oriented people. So they got to get a gift for grandma, even if they ain't got no kids. They got to get a gift for mom, for dad, for grandma, the nieces, the cousins. They do it like Secret Santa in these families, man. She ain't making no money like that. But she got 5 of you dudes that's dumb enough to send her money through Western Union. Oh, heck yeah. This is that time, bruh. Here we go. This is that time of year. September 1st, me and Andrea be laughing. Yes, sir, Necro. September 1st, for all you dudes, we've been telling y'all this for 4 years. I'm sorry, 6 years. 6 years on YouTube. Every year, me and Andrea say the same thing. The drugging, the robberies, and the deaths go up, at least in South America, after September 1st. Why September 1st? It's the beginning of Christmas season. And they treat it. Dude, if I wasn't going to the conclave, do you know Andre talking about putting up the tree? That's how they care about, how soon they care about Christmas. Dude, I ain't never do. Our tree is up the second week of October. The only thing we do in September is gather the ornaments of the new year. Okay, what's the new theme this year? Are we going gold this year? Okay, gold. Okay, we're doing gold. So September is we going around buying, ordering different ornaments. Second week of October, that tree going up. Oh, I'm talking about all the Christmas lights and everything. This ain't the States. And so I'm giving y'all some real game. The same chick that's in your phone that you really don't know her like that, but you come to the country and smash her, and you came in February, you came in April, you came in June, and she ain't rob you, and you let your guard down a little bit, she ain't need your money then. We see this happen every year. She did not need your money then. It's September 1st. Watch her ask you for more money, or ask you for money for the first time, or try to scam you for money, or straight rob you, drug you, and rob you. Most of the deaths that take place in Medellin usually start to ramp up after September 1st. Every year. Every year I've been here, I've seen it. Every year I see dudes that end up in the morgue because y'all think that me and Andre don't know what we're talking about. Kid you not. Every single year. Shout out to my man Meek being in the building. Appreciate you being here, brother. Glad that you're here. Shout out to all you guys that are here. Yep, back to school, getting that back to school money in the States. You say Christmas season in the Philippines too? Yep. Well, you know that Spanish influence in the Philippines. So yeah, yep. September 1st, them stores are open. open. Shout out to all you guys. Let's get back to the video. So yeah, like this brother was saying, make sure that you have boundaries for yourself, and that will cause you to make it a lot easier for you to put boundaries on somebody else.
Being labeled controlling or insecure, afraid that women won't like them. But if you don't stand up for yourself, you're just setting yourself up for disrespect. In a healthy relationship, you have every right to say, I expect to be treated with respect. And if that's not happening, I'm out.
China's economic downturn has not only hit businesses, but it's also reshaping social relationships. A recent incident in Liaoning reflects how these changes are playing out in daily life.
Okay, so we looked at a part of dudes are not going to be simping anymore in the United States. Now let's look at what's going on in China. Y'all gonna love this one.
3 young women went out for a barbecue late at night. Throughout the meal, they kept calling male friends, asking them to join for drinks. Unfortunately, none of the men agreed to the invitation, and no one showed up. When it was time to pay, the restaurant owner discovered that the 3 women couldn't cover a bill of just over 200 yuan. So what?
I ran a bar myself. They said they had no money.
You're bullying young girls.
Who's bullying you? You drank 5 or 6 bottles of beer, ate your fill, and now can't pay 200 yuan? People are laughing. It's embarrassing.
In the video, a woman squatted on the ground, arguing with the owner while
So what they did, these women, when the simp economy was high and all the men were making money before the tariffs kicked in China, these women could go to a restaurant, just open their phone, call a guy, hey baby, what you doing? Nothing. Come on down to so-and-so restaurant. We hanging out. He'll hang out and pay for all their meals and maybe the one beer that he had. That's when the simp economy was high. But now that dudes have lost their jobs because of the tariffs, the simp economy is collapsing. And these women sat up there and went through their phone calling people, calling guys, and guys was like, I'm good. I ain't dealing with that. I'm good. And so now they struggling trying to pay the bill, because during the simp economy, they could do it like that. They could go to a restaurant and know that they could find a simp to come down and pay the bill. But now simps are broke, or simps are just saving their money. And these women are struggling in China.
frantically messaging friends for help. The restaurant posted the footage online, which quickly sparked a heated debate. Viewers mocked the women, suggesting that they had planned to find someone to pay for them. Some praised the absent men for refusing, believing that they had likely been taken advantage of before. Others pointed out a wider trend. When women invite men out, especially at the last minute, the expectation is often that the man will cover the bill. This incident highlights the collapse of what some have called the simp economy.
Girls that have told me, like, guys hit them up in a DM, and the first thing is like, what's your cash app? Before you say your name, before I introduce myself, before you say hello, before you say anything, hey, what's your cash app? Send them cash app. I just sent you $1,000. Have a good.
That's the simp economy. When the simp economy was strong, my man from these guys from the YouTube channel Earn Your Leisure, these brothers was saying guys would hit a female up in her DMs, get her phone number before even saying hello. What's your name, sister? These guys will say, what's your cash app, sister? So I can send you $1,000. When the simp economy is at its peak, the first thing that makes men think that they can feel good about themselves is overspending. But I don't care how rich you are, how much money you spend, you still feel insecure. That's why you're spending money like that. Overspending.
Good night. Let's talk later on.
That's because a lot of them publicly traded too on the black market.
But what it says a lot about the time. It says a lot about.
That's the other IPO. Now, if we're going to talk, we're going to talk. It's a lot of them that's day trading at night.
Day trading at night.
You know what I mean?
Day trading at night.
Zero expiration daily options on the gato. You know what I'm saying? That's why they doing that. Well, this is led to simp culture. All that passport bro-ish. Like, y'all going over Colombia and getting killed now. Yo, be careful. But a lot of them selling. Wallow even said it. Last year, it's a lot of women who be acting like the entrepreneurs, and it's like,
Yeah.
Your candle lines making you that like you got the Bahrain and Abu Dhabi and 2 G-Wagons off of $9 candles. Come on, yo.
Yeah.
What do I know?
Yo, it says a lot about the times that we in, man. It's dangerous out here, bro. It's dangerous, man. It's a lot of money in the simp economy that's being spent.
In my book, I talk about this exclusively, right? The internet's effect on women. Point 6 on page 32, it goes, we should read this in school. The internet provides a third way in which women can support themselves. Technology allowed women to earn a living through honest white-collar work. The welfare state allowed women, the people, to steal a living from the taxpayer. But the internet allows women to transact their sexuality for men's resources without actually providing sex or commitment. Welcome to the simp economy. Whether it's OnlyFans, Chatterbait, Twitch, a sugar site, etc., the internet allows women to essentially be on a global stripper pole for all the men in the world to see and throw money at. Unfortunately, this renders a significant amount of online dating to nothing more than a sales funnel to a girl's camgirl account. While women may not be that interested in men, they're interested in money, especially if they only have to provide some digital substitute for real sex and love.
Damn.
So that's the world that we're in now. And girls know that men's innate need for sexual access is so strong that they will do whatever they can. So what they do is, let me leverage that for some kind of compliance. And in this case, it's money.
Too many simps. Yes, but the reason there are simps is because most men struggle because the standards are so high. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. The standards have become very high, right? So most men don't qualify. So you have a huge number of men who are quite desperate because they're not getting anything. So they feel the only way they can get anything is by throwing whatever money they have to women for their minuscule attention. That elevates the women in the economy, which makes their standards even higher for the kind of man that they want.
Okay, cool. The women have set their standards super high, but I feel like if I was a man who didn't reach those standards, I would do everything in my power to better myself and reach those standards.
I agree with you, but then what happens is, if that man then breaks into that pool of men who have a lot of options, he's gonna be like, I worked my fucking arse off to get here. There's no way that you're not sharing me. I worked my arse off to get to the point that I can have a level of abundance. 90% of you didn't want me before, now 85% of you want me now. And one of you want me to be exclusive to you? No. Guys who actually make to the point that they have a lot of options, they're like, I love you, babe, but you're gonna have to share me because I worked my ass off to be in this position.
Emotional damage. And the simps for acting this way. If you look at Twitch, they banned the word simp. You know, you can get banned just for saying that word on Twitch. You didn't know that, right?
No.
It's because
they have banned the word simp on Twitch.
Encourage you. That's part of the economy.
So they really are programming people.
They need men to be weak. Have you seen that recent picture with Rihanna and her husband? I think I showed that to you in the car. Rihanna's the one leading over here, and A$AP Rocky's in the corner like that, hugging the baby. They want to feminize the world. They want women to be in charge, and not because of women empowerment, not because of the feminist movement, not because women have suffered for so long. It's so that they can make as much money as possible. The elites, the people at the top, the people behind closed doors, they get to go on an island, do what they want, while we all suffer and deal with this feminist bullshit.
Yeah,
like they don't believe in astrology, but billionaires don't believe in astrology.
Inflation is why rent is high. When too many men are chasing low-value women, the cost of dating goes up. Men are overspending on dinners, vacations, and status symbols just to stand out. The money that's being spent in dating, however, is bleeding into other sectors, such as restaurants, traveling, and luxury goods. This surge of demand is pushing up the price for everybody. Now, the baseline treatment that women are receiving is only becoming higher and higher because of their expectations. And because of this, it's now pricing out the average man in the dating market. When you have too many individuals that are spending money on the same goods, that is real world inflation. Inflation isn't just ruining dating, it's an economic problem that's fueling the cost of living crisis. Once to fix inflation, stop simping. Raise your value instead of your spending. We must come together in solidarity, men, and hold each other accountable to make this possible.
My brother said, I think the most dangerous thing in the world is a simp. Listen, my mind could go so many places with that right now. I agree. We have a lot of problems out of them like we do these broken women because they are the one enabling these broken women's behavior. I'm not knocking them because I know every person wasn't born with, I'm not going to let nobody walk over on me. I know that. But all you have to be born with is the ability to, after a certain amount of time, see that I don't like the way I'm being treated by women. From there, you develop what we call a spine, a backbone.
Basically, in definition, a simp is a man that gives an undeserving woman his time, attention, resources for free. Here's a cold hard reality for the world and for people. We live in a simp economy. So do you know why this content is so heavily criticized and shadow banned, and they don't want you to know about this shit? Because they know that if men started understanding their worth and their value, this whole economy would collapse overnight, bro. Strip clubs would go out of business. Yeah. Restaurants would go out of business. OnlyFans would collapse.
Shit, Instagram.
You know what I'm saying?
Instagram would go down.
Have the niggas
dudes would stop giving girls attention for free. You know what I'm saying? So all this shit will collapse, and that's bad for business.
It's bad for business.
So this is why this is so heavily criticized, and it's banned or it's shadow banned, or they don't want you to know about this shit because they know that this can fuck our money up.
Yeah. Referring to men who spent money, time, and effort on women without receiving genuine affection in return. With the economic slowdown, more men are refusing to play this role, leaving women who relied on such behavior caught off guard. One striking example involved a woman who tried to take advantage of a blind date. On her first meeting, she ordered nearly 30,000 yuan worth of seafood. Halfway through
on a blind date, 30,000 yen. Let's see what 30,000 yen is as they talk.
Through the meal, the man excused himself to take a phone call, but he never returned. He blocked her on social media, leaving her with the entire bill. I've never met such a shameless man. You say you have no money, but then why even go on a date? Yesterday, this man promised to take me to dinner. I ordered seasonal dishes like king crab, black tiger prawn, and sea cucumber. Then, seeing the menu was good, I ordered more sea cucumber and even packed extra for my friends. I also
$200 is a lot in China. That's a lot for a meal. 30,000 yen. She ordered for other people. Let me bring all that back so y'all can hear how much she ordered.
to take a phone call, but he never returned. He blocked
because that's crazy.
Caught off guard. One striking example involved a woman who tried to take advantage of a blind date. On her first meeting, she ordered nearly 30,000 yuan worth of seafood. Halfway through the meal, the man excused himself to take a phone call, but he never returned. He blocked her on social media, leaving her with the entire bill. I've never met such a shameless man. You say you have no money, but then why even go on a date? Yesterday, this man promised to take me to dinner. I ordered seasonal dishes like king crab, black tiger prawn, and sea cucumber. Then, seeing the menu was good, I ordered more sea cucumber and even packed extra for my friends. I also ordered more king crab to take home for my brother to try. He was still cheerful at the start, but after the meal, he said he needed to take a call. I waited 2 hours and he never came back. I called him, but he still didn't answer, and then he blocked me. What kind of person does that? In the end, I had no choice but to pay with my credit card. 28,000 yuan. He just disappeared completely. This guy is unbelievable. Next time, I'll be more careful with blind dates and won't meet such a scumbag again. Online reactions were swift. Many applauded the man, saying a woman who orders thousands of yuan worth of food on a first date deserves to be left with a check. Some refer to it as a textbook example of standing up to gold diggers. Another viral video told a similar story. A woman dined at a restaurant but refused to pay, claiming she was an angel and wanted to put the meal on the tab.
I can't even put it on my tab here, can I?
Who do you think you're talking to? Do you know who I am? I'm an angel.
Angel. Angels should pay when they eat. Otherwise, you're not really an angel. You want to cheat ordinary people while pretending to be one?
I'm definitely going to pay. I said I wanted to put it on my tab, but they wouldn't let me. I've been waiting for over an hour and my legs are starting to ache.
Since you're an angel, why not just give some money to help out? Let an ordinary person use it, okay?
She couldn't argue anymore, so she started complaining about the food, pointing out every flaw, and even asked the owner for compensation. I originally wanted to put it on the tab, but today I can't. I've waited so long, and the dish smells bad. The duck has no salt, and I'm still hungry. What do I do? How are you going to compensate for the loss?
Compensate for the loss?
Sound just like the women in the West, don't she? Does she sound like the women in the West? Oh, that wouldn't happen in Colombia. Oh no. She knows that shit come up missing. You ain't gonna just dine and dash here.
If you're an angel, do you even need to say such things? Then you're not an angel.
This angel's out of money for the past 2 months.
All right. Stop pretending to be crazy. Just pay up already.
So this girl went on 6 dates a week so she didn't have to pay for groceries for 2 years. And I have to say I respect her because that shit's...
Let me bring that back. I was speaking into the microphone.
An angel.
This angel's out of money for the past 2 months.
All right. Stop pretending to be crazy. Just pay up already.
So this girl went on 6 dates a week so she didn't have to pay for groceries for 2 years.
2 years.
And I have to say I respect her because that shit sound like a part-time job. She was saving $150 a week. She went on to say she made the video jokingly, but I do believe she was at least going on 2 dates or 3 dates a week, saving $150. And I respect her because all you would have to do to avoid that whole situation is keep what she got in her hand, bro. You could easily avoid getting finesse if you just take her ass to Starbucks. You maybe get her a croissant, maybe, right? But just spend $10 on a Frappuccino. You spend $10 on yourself. Like I said, maybe on a croissant. And you good. Now you really know it's about getting to know each other and not about a free dinner date.
All right, women are kind of feeling themselves too much when
They are a little hot
where they're like
about this.
admitting to like this really bad stuff. Like how like rappers are like, yeah, I'll just like rap about committing a crime.
And it all gets sort of placed under the feminism empowerment angle.
Sure.
I guess this is good. Girls are getting free stuff or something.
Yeah.
And this girl goes, I went on 6 dates a week and I didn't have to buy groceries for 2 years. It doesn't seem like the best system for starters, but this
No.
girl goes, forget Dine and Dash. The former Wall Street trainer dined to save cash. Former Wall Street trainer.
Yeah,
trainer
sure.
now begging guys for free
now
meals.
professional dinner goer.
You know
Says
what I
here
mean?
she worked for FTX. The guys are like doing the numbers and they're like, okay, you're going on 6 dates a week. You got to be sleeping with some of them. And you're like, good God.
That is funny too. Yeah.
You're like, we're not saying you're sleeping with 100% of them. You're not sleeping with 0% of them. So then
She's like, and all these suckers bought me 3 meals. It's like, what happened after? Well, obviously I smashed all of them.
walking funny for the last 2 years.
Yeah, so it costs you $40. So you get $40. Basically, you're a prostitute that gets paid in dinner,
And
essentially.
nice dinners in New York, sure.
Between 2016 and 2018, I didn't buy groceries once. Probably saved about $150 a week. So she's going on 6 dates for $150. So I initially started dating, but then at some point I realized, wait a second. Every time I go on a date, I have being paid for my stuff. So if I was consistently on a date, I would never be paying for anything. And it was just like, it's girls get a better deal. That's for sure.
Also, you're kind of just describing being an escort. They call it dates. She's just like on the corner being like, I figured out if I just wait outside on the street corner, I can maximize the amount of dates I do in one evening.
Wait till this girl finds out about getting married to a rich dude. If you marry them, you could just stay home all day long.
And then divorce them, get half their stuff.
This girl is really, small scale criminal where it's like, there's other girls that be like, yeah, I just have one guy. I bang him every 2 weeks and I'm now a multimillionaire.
I haven't bought groceries in 5 years.
I mean, we talk about creative strategies for a down payment for your very first investment property. And I mean, that's a down payment right there.
This sister said that money that she saved was a down payment for investment property. Shout out to my brother Larry Shelton of the Shelton family with the $10 love on the Cash App. Appreciate you, brother.
Many women are just using these dates to get a free meal or to kill some time.
Women going on dates to simply get free meals.
1/3 of women in a new survey admitted to going out on a date just for a free meal. They were hungry.
No romantic interest. They couldn't care less. They just want a free meal.
Your girl wolfing it down. She wolfing that food down like she ain't ate in 3 months.
A lot of true crime because I'm trying to learn how to date. And I'll tell you this, dating, it's brought the F word into my life tremendously. Okay, fear. I'm just kidding. Food. Here's the thing. Dating has been my #1 source of being fed. That's the pro of dating, okay? The con is when they cut you off, You know, I went through a breakup, and you know, I went through all the side effects of it. You know, I was like dizzy and crying all the time, malnutrition, because I didn't have no one to feed me for free anymore. So I had to be a boss, you know, and I had to download all these food apps, you know, and shit, like Tinder and, you know, Grindr when I wanted brunch.
Oh my God, that was so good.
It was.
Yeah.
It really was. Oh, let me grab that for you.
Thank you.
Where'd I park at?
I think you parked like on that side over there.
Ah, I see it. Yeah, right over there.
1 second, I'm getting a call.
Oh, okay.
What?
Cool.
What's taking you so long, Lex? I'm starving.
I told you I'll be home in a little bit.
Look, did you get me a plate of food like you said?
Yes,
you
I got
was?
some food.
Well, then hurry,
But I
hurry
gotta
up.
go. I gotta go.
Okay, whatever.
Sorry.
You got a man?
No, I don't got a man.
I mean, it sounds like you got a man.
It's some on and off thing, but like, he's not my man. We're not together.
So, why'd you go on this date with me?
Because I think you're a good fit for me.
You think I'm a good fit?
Yeah, I like you.
So you made me get this plate of food for your man, and you said I'm a good fit for you?
Well, I don't want to be with him.
So why you bringing the food? I heard you on the phone.
That was for me, but he might have some.
That food is for me, but he might have some. I have been in this scenario a couple times. I was the guy on the phone. I ain't gonna lie. Bring that cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory, girl. Did you get the cheesecake? I'm talking about the lemon meringue, girl. And also make sure you get him to order me the lemon meringue and the Oreo cheesecake. Thank you, boo. I'll see you in about 30 minutes. I can't, y'all wish I was, this is the funny part. I wish I was lying. That happened a lot of times, man. As soon as I find out that she going out to the Cheesecake Factory with you, oh man, I got the habit, dog. I ain't gonna lie. If she coming over to my spot after you take her out, and she coming over to my spot after you took her out, she got to bring that cheesecake over, bro. I got to have that. I got to have that, man. I be sitting up there woofing down. I be like, I'm appreciative. I take one cheesecake and eat it. And the other cheesecake, we smear it all over each other and enjoy the rest of the evening. Oh yeah. You better believe that one, man. Plenty of times. They will call me. They will either call me while they're in their car, like you just dropped them off, kiss on the cheek. She goes upstairs, take off them heels, put on some tennis shoes, jump in her car with the cheesecake, and come over to my spot. That's usually how they do it. Or they'll be in your car while you drive. Dude, true story. They will be in your shit while you are driving, and she be texting me. When I drop him off, blah, 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 so forth and so forth. My phone alarm. When I drop him off, so forth and so forth, da, 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 da. Okay, I'll see you in 20 minutes. All right. I don't even be tripping. Dude, I done had your woman in the car setting up, true story, setting up the date. Why is she in the car with me? I'm driving. She texting you. Sure, I'm not doing anything Saturday night. Okay. You know I like cheesecake anyway. True story, man. I wish I was lying. Man. Shoot. I used to get all type of vittles from you dudes, man. I already told y'all I owe y'all a Christmas card in a shot of whatever your favorite liquor is. Because you dudes have bought many a meal for me. I owe you a Christmas card and I owe you a shot of liquor. Whatever liquor it is, I owe you a shot because you paid many a late night meal. Your boy sitting up there watching ESPN, just waiting for her to come on through with the cheesecake and with the leftover. And don't let her come over with like Riley used to say, don't let her come over with the cheddar biscuits. The Red Lobster cheddar biscuits. I ask her, I say, here's what I need you to do. Bring me the Red Lobster shrimp pasta and bring about 5 cheddar biscuits with you. I don't know what excuse you got to come up with, but bring me you know what to bring me. And it never failed. You dudes is paying for your boy meal. For on that day, thank you. I appreciate you. Good too. Them cheddar biscuits. Yeah, boy. If y'all had kids, y'all would have kids that would be half whole. No, granddad, not half whole. He said, Andre, what's up? He said, salute. Indiana's in the building. Shout out to my Hoosier brothers, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to most BK in the building. Appreciate you. Let's get back to the video. But yeah, that part is true, bro. That part is true. Dudes be simping on a whole nother level.
You think I'm stupid?
No, I think you're smart. That's why I'm here.
You know what? I'm gonna keep the food, delete my number, and never talk to me again.
What?
Yes.
But you brought me here. How am I getting home?
Get an Uber, something. Yeah.
You're just gonna leave me here?
Yes, I'm gonna leave you.
Come on, guys. Y'all can't go on a date in hot pink and think you ain't gonna get got. Did you really think she was gonna see you not as a simp? You on a date in hot pink. Stop it, man. You supposed to get got by law, by rules of simpness. That's a simp outfit. For real. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And never talk to me again.
What?
Yes.
But you brought me here. How am I getting home?
Get an Uber, something. Yeah.
You're just gonna leave me here?
Yes, I'm gonna leave you.
She was just hungry and you was offering up a free meal, and then she just went out. I done went on a couple days because
he was hungry.
I was hungry. And
I'd
have went on a couple dates because I was hungry.
I didn't want to pay for it.
I mean, it happens. It is what it is. And, you know, like people, they be saying that that's a broke mentality. And I said that is not. I think that's very smart of a woman to
I mean, that is kind of broke. That's a broke mentality.
I think that's smart.
That's a broke mentality. It ain't the fact that I didn't have the money to pay for it. I just didn't want to be spending my money.
No. The restaurant owner explained that in the end, the angel still left without paying. Online, viewers joked that she was likely one of the leftover women, a term used to describe women usually in their late 20s or older who remain unmarried due to various social pressures and expectations. The collapse of the SIMP economy has exposed deeper issues. Data from China's Ministry of Civil Affairs shows that only 6.1 million couples registered for marriages in 2024, the lowest in 45 years. The number of men choosing never to marry is now 24 times higher than that of women, and many cite the same reason: they no longer want to be taken advantage of. In China's consumer culture, love has increasingly been tied to money, expensive gifts, luxury bags, and costly dating rituals. For many men, the costs have outweighed the benefits, leading to growing disillusionment with marriage and dating. One online post put it this way: "I was led to believe that being good to someone meant I could win their heart, but in reality, I was just paying for an illusion." One commenter said, "In the past, men would chase women, thinking they had money and hope for the future, so they were willing to be simping dogs. But now, with the economy slowing down, men are starting to do the math. If you treat me well, I'll treat you well. If you treat me badly, I won't keep tolerating it." Marriage markets across the country also reflect this change. Despite women outnumbering men in many events, expectations remain high. Women with modest incomes still demand men with houses, cars, and six-figure salaries.
Same thing in the West. Same thing. Do you notice the parallel? That women are expecting these dudes to be six figures, owning a house and a couple of cars. In China, same mindset in the States. Corporal ST is in the building. Shout out to you, sir. And shout out to my man Black Lex in the building too. He said, "You're right, Andre." He said, "Because I've eaten Cheesecake Factory straw and hay pasta, yep, with raspberry and white chocolate cheese on another dude's dollar." It ain't like we making up myths, gentlemen. It's not like we making up myths. So, like I said, it's quite a few of you guys I owe a Christmas card to, and I owe you a shot of your favorite liquor. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate you for all the meals that you guys have provided over the years. Yeah, man. Sad. Oh, and he was a passport, bro. He said, was he a passport, bro? Oh, yeah. He was asking.
along with large dowries. Many men simply opt out. Some women who relied on men's spending now find themselves in financial distress. A phenomenon called debt repayment brides has appeared. Women
Now they got something in China that they don't have in the States, but it might come around. A debt repayment bride. A debt repayment bride. Check out what it is.
Offering marriage in exchange for having personal debts paid off. Now, for all the single men out there, here's a rare opportunity. Don't miss it. If someone can pay off my
She said, here's a rare opportunity. Don't you miss it. Don't you miss it. Especially if you recently had a big girl. Don't you miss it. If someone can pay off my 260,000 yen debt,
260,000 yuan debt, then buy me a new car and a new
then buy me a new car and buy her a new iPhone. Not only pay off the debts, you got to get her a car and an iPhone.
iPhone 16, I'll go with him. First come, first served, don't miss this chance. This stark, transactional approach to marriage not only exposes the financial struggles of some women, but also reflects how, after the collapse of the SIMP economy, some people are now attempting to turn the tables through marriage. The proposal sparked outrage online, with many comments warning men not to fall into a debt trap. Marriage to pay off debt? I can't believe you'd even think of that. What a trick. Others didn't buy it either. Helped pay off her debt, then she'll just run off. It's true, Chinese people don't deceive Chinese people. Another person commented, these days men are waking up. Who would want to fall into such a debt trap? As the economy declines, the SIMP economy isn't the only thing crumbling. Many women's survival anxieties are multiplying.
She didn't even say marry you. She said, I will go with you, like boyfriend, girlfriend. She didn't even say that she would marry you to pay off her debts and buy her a car and get her the iPhone 16. That's crazy. Plus the new car and the iPhone. Yep.
One user posted, in times of economic recession, women's anxiety far outweighs that of men. It's almost a law. In the past, society followed a culture where men worked and women stayed home. Men were expected to earn, and women didn't have to be overly strong. The marriage market valued a woman's age, looks, and personality more than her job abilities. However, the economic downturn has brought women's survival issues to the forefront. Not only are they struggling to find quality partners, but they also face employment anxieties, health issues, family pressures, and age-related worries. The experiences of Japan during its economic downturn serve as a cautionary tale. When Japan entered an era of stagnant growth, society didn't provide enough space for women who didn't rely on men. Many jobs didn't hire women, leading to severe employment discrimination, and single mothers and women faced harsh living conditions.
I don't see how y'all can look around at everything that's going on in this country and honestly, with your whole chest, tell black women to lose weight. That seems like the most foolish thing a person could do at this point in time. Because
she said lose weight in this economy? No, thank you. Lose weight in this economy? No, thank you. Shout out to my brother, Aaron, in the building. He says this. He said, hi, Andre. I'm in Colombia on Thursday through Monday, and I will not be here in a few days. He said, can I book a consultation with you? Yes, you can. He said, just sent you an email 3 days ago. I didn't get that email. Let me look at my emails right now. Do me a favor, resend it right now if you can. I didn't get your email. He said, nervous about my first. I got your back, brother. I got your back, step by step. You have a link where I can pay for consult. I got all that for you, brother. We'll do all that after the show, after live stream tonight. So we won't be too late tonight. But yeah, resend the emails. Resend the email to this location. Here we go, gentlemen. Yeah, this is the one I was telling you about. The female said that she said because of the economy, she is not going to lose weight, because if ish hit the fan, fat people going to be the one that live the longest. Yeah, ride this one out.
Because I don't know if y'all looking and seeing what I'm seeing, but people are literally stockpiling food, learning how to grow food. I'm in the garden every day. And I will not be purposefully losing an ounce. That's not to say I'm going to go and stuff my face at Chili's or eat fast food, which I don't. But I eat regular, and this is the size I am. And if you want to call it overweight, it really don't bother me, because from what I'm seeing, looking around, the smartest thing I could do is keep this extra weight on me, because I fasted before in my lifetime. Multiple times I have fasted. When the shit hits the fan, the people with extra weight on them is going to be looking like the smartest people on earth. They are going to be the healthy ones. Because
have you ever heard of anything like this? I have never heard no madness like this. This woman really believes in her heart that when the ish hit the fan, fat folks with diabetes are going to be the ones to outlive the rest of us. I'm gonna let y'all hear this one again. I couldn't believe it when I first heard it. I was like, this is crazy.
Everything is going on in this country. And honestly, with your whole chest, tell black women to lose weight. That seems like the most foolish thing a person could do at this point in time. Because I don't know if y'all looking and seeing what I'm seeing, but people are literally stockpiling food, learning how to grow food. I'm in the garden every day. And I will not be purposefully losing an ounce. That's not to say I'm going to go and stuff my face at Chili's or eat fast food, which I don't. But I eat regular.
I don't even
know.
And
this is the size I am. And if you want to call it overweight, it really don't bother me, because from what I'm seeing, looking around, the smartest thing I could do is keep this extra weight on me, because I fasted before in my lifetime. Multiple times I have fasted. When the shit hits the fan, the people with extra weight on them is going to be looking like the smartest people on earth. They are going to be the healthy ones, because the people who are thin and have to have a certain amount of calories every day, they're not going to make it. Okay? You know how long I could go without eating? A long time. Like, I could go over a month without eating. Without a question. Most Americans could. Okay? So I think that
she thinks because she's fat, she can go without food longer than we can. Knowing that her dietary habits, because it's not just about the weight, it's also about the habit of eating. Oh my God. Shout out to my man, fellow brethren in the building, the kingmaker himself, El Guapo. He's saying this live is fire. Andre, you speaking too much truth. Shout out to El Guapo in the building. We'll be there speaking at the Black Manosphere Conclave, and he will be having a special class that he will be doing as well at the Conclave this Friday, which will be this Sabado. Actually, this Friday, which will be the 5th, all the way through the 7th on the Sunday. So all you guys that'll be there, you'll be meeting El Guapo, as well as Theo will be there, Obsidian, as well as Shannon will be there, and a lot of guys that's going to be there from Coach Condition to Richie Mack. So we're going to have especially you guys are going to be the central focus of the Black Manosphere Conclave, men taking their lives to a whole nother level. And I just saw your email. I'm going to be emailing you right after the show. So I'm going to email you my phone number so you and I will be able to just directly communicate. So right after the live stream, which will be in about, let's see what we got left. About a good hour. And I'll email you right after that. So yeah, we'll get everything set up. Let me know if you're free tomorrow. Let me know if you're free tomorrow or free Wednesday. Free tomorrow or free Wednesday, day or night, because I'll be good with either one of them, day or night. And just let me know in the comments or let me know in your email. But yeah, I came across your original email. Let's get back to the video of this madness. Shout out to our sponsor for the day, which is Kingmaker Studio. Make sure that you guys support El Guapo's channel as well as all the other YouTubers that are out here. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you more than you realize. Let's continue on, gentlemen.
In this time, it is very foolish to be telling black women to purposefully go and lose weight. And y'all can say whatever y'all want about me. Y'all can say I'm reaching. Y'all can say I won't be doing it. And I consider it a very good strategy for the future. It's an investment. This extra weight is an investment.
Y'all see, I had to pause that again. I probably watched this video when I was putting it together about 4 times. I've never heard of anything like this. The closest thing that I've heard to this was, remember last year, the one lady called being overweight. It was the food was racist. She was saying that the food was racist, and that's why black women can't lose weight like white women, because losing weight is racist. This was like doing it earlier this year. That was the craziest thing I thought I ever heard about losing weight, that losing weight is racist. Until I heard this. She says, I consider keeping this weight on as an investment. This is in the States, guys. These are your big girls, big girls, big girls, big girls. All right, Aran, I look forward to speaking to you too. So I'll as soon as I get done with this, I'm going to reach out to you. Shout out to you, brother, with the super chats. This is crazy, man. I thought I'd never hear anything. Man, as soon as one of you brothers put it in the perfect word, delusional. Delusional. Yeah. Busted Pillsbury biscuit cans. Yeah. Chris says this. Shout out to Chris. Chris says, I have 2 extra tickets to the conclave in Miami. They are based in, or they are basic in person, not virtual. If anyone wants them, I can transfer. Like I transferred my tickets, my extra tickets over as well. So my best friend will be there. Then I transferred one over to T-Mac and his son. And so you get the tickets. You can, if you know that you're not going to be there and you know that somebody that's in the Miami area, let's talk about that for a split second. If you're going to be in the Miami area, guys, and you don't have a ticket to the conclave, but somebody already has a paid ticket to the conclave and they're offering it to you, if you're going to be in the Georgia or DMV or any area, make sure that you reach out to this person in the comments. Say, hey, listen, brother, I see you. You got tickets available. Let me get one of those tickets if you don't mind. Definitely. He said, I just need the first. Yep, you just need the first name, that person's last name, and the email address, and you could transfer the tickets over into that person's name. So if any of you guys that are maybe interested, 1 or 2 of you that might be interested in getting the tickets from Chris, just let Chris know and he'll get to you and get everything set up for you. Shout out to all you guys. And shout out to you, Chris, man. Let's go back to the video.
In my future, because grids is falling down, floods is happening, and when there ain't no food, or food is very hard to get, I'm just saying, I'm going to survive.
I don't understand how
when there is no food and food is hard to get, being fat is going to cause you to live a little longer than that. I'm done.
Fucked up America gotta be for you to work hard and still have no fucking where to go. It's just like, oh my gosh, when is it all going to end? Like, y'all, it's so bad to the point where even though you work, you more than likely can't even eat every day.
The reason why I have these clips in here, because once again, the collapse of the SIMP economy around the world is causing these women to have to second guess how they behave. It used to be they could just lean on your dollars and they never had to lean on theirs. They could stack their money because you were given. But now, times are tight for everybody in the East as well as in the West. And now these women are talking about storing fat like polar bears. I'm gonna store my fat. This is an investment. And then you got this young lady right here. She's ranting because simps aren't simping anymore. Women got to go out there and not only just make their own money, now they've got to spend their own money. So this is another thing that's going on.
Not even 3 times a day. Me, none. Yet they expect us to keep working with a smile on our face. Fuck all of that. I be seeing why people don't fucking want to work. They pay us a little bit of money, but make everything fucking expensive. I'll be damned if I'm putting my life on the line for $14, $15. And then the whole time, your ass can get hurt or die at the fucking job you're at. So now you done fucking wasted your whole life being a hard worker to a company that don't give a fuck about what you got going on. Don't give a fuck that you don't have nowhere to go. Just don't give a good goddamn. And certain people will never understand the frustration. You guys will never understand unless you're going through it. There is no reason why hard workers can't afford to eat, can't afford to live, can't afford to pay rent. It is so much. And I just wanted to let everybody out there know, okay? If you are deciding to bring your ass to America, hold on, y'all. Stay the fuck over there. Do not come over here. Please. I beg of you. This shit sucks. All prayers to all my Americans, all my USA motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, my cousins, all that. We gotta figure something out. This ain't gonna work for me.
To be a single woman and you have no kids, poverty should be nowhere near you. You should make it your life, especially if you're a young woman, you should make it your life to make income on an everyday basis and increase your level of income. And anytime I hear a young woman and she's already burning out and she's already tired and she's already drained from doing her work, whether it's building a business, building out systems, and being ambitious and wanting more for herself, and she's so young and she's already complaining about burnout, how she's tired, I find that absolutely sad. I find that absolutely diabolical because, number one, you are single and you have no kids, and therefore you have no excuse.
These girls want to party. What you talking about?
Ellis.
They trying to go out, have fun, live their best life, go to Cancun, make bad decisions, run up credit card debt, get student loan debt, and then hopefully somebody can save them from themselves. What are you talking about? To be fiscally responsible, to take care of yourself, to go and do the thing that you advocated for with feminism as far as being equal to men, equal work, equal pay, all of that stuff, to be an engaged adult, to not sleep more than 7, 8, 9 hours a day. What are you talking about? That's diabolical? Wait a minute. Are you telling me that these young girls should not be strong adults before a man comes into their life and save them? That's crazy.
I'm a single woman and I don't have kids. These years that I have as a single woman with no kids, I give it to my work. These are not my layoff years. These are not my cruising and partying years and, oh, you spend time with your family. And I give these years to my assignment, my work, my business. Because I know that what I'm building is bigger than me. As a woman with no kids, it is so important that I understand that I am the mother of myself. I'm the great mother of my home. I'm the great mother of my business. I'm the great mother of me.
You know what? I tell women all the time. Actually, let me revise that. I tell men all the time, stop dating down. Stop dating down. Now, this is a catch-22 because a lot of people will overcorrect for this and then take her advice, and then they'll be, I am woman, hear me roar. And then they'll lead with that when it comes to their interaction with people in their relationships. And that's when we say we don't want to deal with that. But on the flip side, a woman should still be able to maintain her femininity, still be a wife, and still be a productive adult. But I tell guys all the time, stop dating down because these women are looking for a savior. They're not looking for somebody to add value into their life and then reciprocate.
Long-term single living even triggered widespread mental health issues. Now, many Chinese women are facing similar struggles. At my age, it's really painful not being married. I'm so scared. What should I do? I'm really scared. The fear inside me keeps me up at night, unable to sleep. Am I going to live my life alone? Growing old alone? I can't even be around men now. I'm afraid of interacting with them. I've been deceived so many times before, and now I have a fear of men. I feel like I'm not like other people. It feels a little abnormal, but it's actually normal. Sometimes I just feel like I'm so conflicted inside. Analysts note that men no longer want to be simping dogs, and this shift has caused the collapse of the gold digger economy. The
collapse of the gold digger economy. I'm proud of you brothers out east.
ripple effects are visible in multiple industries. 1. Luxury goods sector. According to a report by consulting firm Bain & Company, luxury goods sales in mainland China fell 18 to 20% in 2024. Many women with unstable incomes are now reselling secondhand luxury goods to make ends meet. Over the past decade, China's secondhand luxury market has grown sevenfold, with gold diggers now making up the majority of sellers. 2. Fine dining and ritualistic consumption. Previously, gold diggers loved sleeping in, applying makeup, having afternoon tea, posting pictures from fine dining restaurants, and discussing catching rich men with friends. However, since 2023, fine dining restaurants in major cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen have struggled, with revenue now down to only 40% of previous levels.
Dang, that's, boy, when men aren't simping, global economy crashes. It's just like the one brother said earlier in the video. He said when men stop simping, the economy can crash. Just imagine how much simping impacts the expensive restaurants, the expensive luxury brands, the makeup brands. No, I'm good, babe. I'm good. Yeah, thank you, baby. The makeup brands.
Even high-end milk tea brands are struggling. 3. Personal consumption loans. Men are no longer lending money to play the simping dog, while women, unable to repay loans, have gone from being goddesses to leftover women. The bad loan rate for personal consumption loans at the 6 largest banks has continued to rise, with some loans becoming uncollectible and new loans unable to be issued.
Man, boy, when we don't simp, bruh, men, you do not realize how much power you actually have. These women can't pay back their bank loans. They can't get their hair done. They can't get the luxury. They got to sell all their little luxury things that they had. It's crazy. Oh, I'm dipping the conversation. My bad. It's crazy. Yeah, globally, men are standing on business. Delete the inner simp. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Man, we focusing on Theo's classes. We focusing on the Black Manosphere Conclave. We focus on Theo's classes and the Black Manosphere Conclave. Dudes are not about to spend money like that. Dudes are not trying to spend money like that, man. It's crazy how much power men have just when we just keep our wallet in our pocket. That's the crazy part. I mean, there'll always be a simp and a pookie somewhere, but it's good to see that men around the world are starting to say that enough is enough. He said a triad over there ain't even dealing with those chicks for real. You know is rough. Yep. You know it's rough. He said the clock has struck 12 and the fantasy has ended. Winter has arrived. They better get their winter coats like Kevin Samuels was telling them, because it is winter here. Jay says this. He says going to be less and less simps every year. Absolutely correct. The women could think about it. These women could economically depend on us to do simping every year. I mean, it was part of their like, okay, I make this amount of money this year, and I know that he's going to give me right around Christmas, right around Black Friday, right around Thanksgiving, he's going to give me, my birthday is in November, or my birthday is in October, he's going to give me. They used to be able to calculate our money before we even gave it to him. Now, man, I'm proud of men. I am proud of men. We figure women out. Yep. Completely. He said this is why BRIC would never work with these countries involved. It seems like that, doesn't it, Ronan? It seems like every time you think BRIC is going to work, the economies just stumble in the countries that you assume that it would work. And they've been trying. A lot of people don't realize they've been trying. I actually looked at I did some research on BRIC. Man, they've been trying to do BRIC since 2011. The first time they really started trying to really push for BRIC was 2011. They still ain't got it off the ground. So he said, I don't think, I'm dipping the conversation. Yep, it's crazy, man. Shout out to all you men standing strong. They can't even pay back the bank loans, the payday loans, those small little payday loans, and they used to get money from you to pay it back. The men in the East say, man, I ain't paying you back.
Early 2025, interest rates for consumer loans had even dropped to below 3%. 4. Elite training schools. These schools, which promise to teach women how to enter high society, with tuitions ranging from thousands to tens of thousands of yuan, have collapsed. As the gold digger economy crumbled, students realized the courses were useless and began demanding refunds or reporting the organizations for fraud. In April 2024, a popular relationship coach who made 150 million yuan a year and had millions of followers was investigated for tax evasion, leading to the institution's sudden closure. 5. Medical beauty industry.
Dang.
It's not that women don't care about beauty, but fewer men are willing to pay for cosmetic.
Y'all not paying for etiquette classes. Y'all stop paying for etiquette classes. Y'all ain't paying for etiquette classes. Y'all ain't paying for facials. Dang.
Procedures. While the industry has grown rapidly in the past, suppliers in the medical beauty industry saw a drop in revenue in 2025, with companies like Bloomage Biotech reporting a 21% decrease in the first quarter, and IMEC Technology Development Company down by 18%. Some cosmetic surgery clinics even started offering discount packages and selling products with no scientific basis. 6. Online dating platforms. Men are increasingly realizing that many women on dating apps are gold diggers who use romance as a means to get gifts and trips.
So
As a result,
falling apart. So they can't even get the dudes have stepped away from the dating apps. If we can get y'all to do that in Colombia, man, y'all will love Colombian women. If we can get y'all to step away from them dang dangerous dating apps. They're stepping away from them in Asia. Shout out. Let me bring that beat back.
IMEC Technology Development Company down by 18%. Some cosmetic surgery clinics even started offering discount packages and selling products with no scientific basis. 6. Online dating platforms. Men are increasingly realizing that many women on dating apps are gold diggers who use romance as a means to get gifts and trips. As a result, enthusiasm for these platforms has waned, with 2 major Chinese dating platforms seeing 5 years of consecutive declines in performance. In fact, the collapse of the SIMP economy is just the surface issue. Behind it is a deeper financial crisis. YouTube commentator Xiao Cui revealed that China's central bank quietly removed an important financial data point: the scale of overdue credit card debt. The last time this data was reported was at the end of 2024, but since then, the central bank has stopped publishing these figures. This suggests that the numbers were so alarming that the central bank didn't want to expose them, fearing it would destabilize public confidence. She shared shocking numbers. In 2021, China's overdue credit card balance exceeded 6 months and was 86 billion yuan. This remained stable in 2022, but by 2023, it surged to 98 billion yuan, an increase of 14%. In 2024, it skyrocketed to 124 billion yuan, a shocking increase of 26% in a single year. This year, when the central bank conducted its analysis, it found even worse figures. If released, this would expose the household debt crisis, so the central bank decided to erase these numbers. But Xiao Cui managed to find the relevant data in the reports of China's 2 largest credit card issuing banks, Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, ICBC, and China Merchants Bank. The reports show that in 2024, ICBC's credit card overdrawn balances increased by 85.6 billion yuan, a rise of 12.4%, with bad loans increasing by 10 billion yuan, an increase of 61%. This pushed the bank's credit card bad loan rate up from 2.45% to 3.5%. The reports also revealed a massive rise in bad debts across all types of loans in 2024, including housing loans, consumer loans, business loans, and credit card overdraws, with bad credit card loans coming second only to the largest bad loan category, housing loans. It's not saw significant increases in bad loan rates last year, with the same pattern across all of them. Xiao Cui points out that credit card bad debts are a warning sign of a deeper debt crisis. Credit cards have a low threshold for borrowing and short repayment cycles, meaning that once people's cash flow tightens, the bad loan rate can surge within a month. ICBC's data shows that while credit card balances increased by just 12% in 2024, the bad debts surged by 60%, indicating that a lot of new credit card spending is being used for cash withdrawals, not regular purchases. These users are likely to face defaults. Even more worrying is that this bad debt crisis is concentrated in small and medium-sized cities and rural areas, meaning that residents in these regions are facing a wave of bankruptcies. With fewer job opportunities, greater mortgage pressures, and falling housing prices, ordinary people's lives are becoming increasingly difficult. In this context, even if some men still want to be simps, they can no longer afford to do so.
Gentlemen, today we're going to talk about 10 signs that you might be simping. Now, for those of you who don't know, simping is when a man excessively caters to and prioritizes a woman, often at his own expense. Let's dive into the signs. One of the clear signs of simping is when you're constantly showering a woman with expensive gifts or treating her to lavish outings, all in the hopes of winning her affection. This type of simp has a high rate of going into debt and ending up broke. Simping often blinds men to the red flags in a woman's behavior. If you find yourself overlooking obvious signs of manipulation or toxicity because you're too infatuated to see them, you're definitely simping. This type of simp has a high rate of forgiving infidelity. Are you dropping everything at a moment's notice whenever she calls or texts? If you're always available to her beck and call, neglecting your own priorities and hobbies, you're displaying simp behavior. This type of simp has a high rate of leaving work early or showing up late. Simping thrives on seeking validation from the woman you're pursuing. If you're constantly seeking her validation and approval, fishing for compliments or reassurance, you're falling into the simp trap. Respecting boundaries is crucial in any relationship, but simps often disregard them. If you find yourself crossing her boundaries or tolerating disrespectful behavior just to keep her around, you're simping. This type of simp is more likely to become dangerously obsessed. Simping often involves being overly submissive and passive in a relationship dynamic. If you're always bending over backwards to accommodate her wishes without asserting your own needs and desires, you're a simp. This type of simp has a high rate of being manipulated and run over by women. Are you showering her with constant praises and compliments, regardless of her actions or behavior? Excessive flattery is a classic sign of simping, as you're trying too damn hard to win her favor. This type of simp has a high rate of being placed in the friend zone. Simping often stems from a deep-seated fear of being rejected. If you're terrified of standing up for yourself or risking her disapproval, you're allowing fear to dictate your actions, which is an obvious sign of simping. Ultimately, simping boils down to the lack of self-respect. If you're willing to compromise your values, dignity, and self-worth in the pursuit of a woman's affection, it's time to reevaluate your priorities and regain control of your life. So, in order to refrain from ever being a simp, here is a list of rules to start following. Rule number 1, say no more than yes. Rule number 2, don't use money to gain favor. Rule number 3, prioritize your own well-being and self-respect over others. Rule number 4, make everyone book your time. Rule number 5, give and take, but take first if opportunity arises. Rule number 6, approval from your peers and superiors only matters. Rule number 7, never wait on others. Your time is more valuable. Rule number 8, ensure that everyone you deal with has as much skin in the game as you do. Rule number 9, only give compliments when they are deserving. Rule number 10, personal goals come before relationships. But remember this, fellas, there's nothing wrong with showing genuine affection and respect for women, but simping is a toxic behavior that ultimately undermines your self-respect and dignity. Focus on building yourself up as a high-value man, and the right woman would recognize and appreciate your worth.
世界之大，真是无奇不有。3个男的请3个女的吃饭。
The world is full of surprises. 3 women ate with 3 men, but when the bill came, nobody had enough money. They even had to call the police. In the end, they scrapped together 400 yuan. Still short of 100. Next time, girls, make sure you know if the other side can pay before you eat.
The collapse of the SIMP economy is more than just a dating trend. It reflects how the economic slowdown is reshaping social behavior across China.
And I got one more video for us. It's not too long. And it's over there in China. And dudes are now, because the SIMP economy has collapsed, a lot of women are starting to become the leftover wives because dudes aren't simping for them anymore and they're not marrying them. But we're going to take a look at who they are marrying. These Asian men are getting married, but they're not marrying the women that they normally simp.
These three girls all came from the Philippines to marry guys in China.
Yep. Dudes in China are like, man, I'm not about to go broke marrying these Chinese women when I can go to the Philippines and get a wife.
One's my wife. That one's got a kid already too. At this rate, our whole village will end up with Filipino wives. We've got 4 already, and another guy's in the works. He's heading to the Philippines this Christmas to marry his girl and bring her back. In August, a farmer vlogger from western Guangdong revealed that a Filipino woman had married into his village. She's been living in China for 7 to 8 years and is now raising 2 children.
They don't care about look.
At this rate, the whole village is going to end up with Filipino wives. In a separate video, a vlogger addressed questions from internet users about marrying Filipino women. A ton of folks online keep asking, won't those Filipino wives just take off? Let me tell you straight, they won't. Why is that funny? Because in the Philippines, divorce isn't a thing. They've got marriage certificates, but no divorce papers. So, how do you even get divorced? Some people also ask, if you don't speak the same language, how do you talk? Simple, we use WeChat. It's got auto-translate, so chatting's a breeze. No issues there. But here's the real kicker. The worry isn't her running off. It's if you ever want out. Good luck. Divorce isn't happening. Philippine law doesn't allow it. You get a marriage certificate, that's valid everywhere, and you're locked in. Can't undo it, not even in China. That certificate's on record worldwide, showing you're hitched. Try marrying someone else? That's bigamy, and it's a crime. So, marry a Filipino girl, you'll never stress about her leaving. The video triggered widespread online engagement. Viewers from Guangdong, Guangxi, Zhejiang, and other regions commented, asking the vlogger to introduce them to Filipino brides. One user commented, marrying a Filipino wife is a great deal. Chinese wives often avoid cleaning and expect financial support, while a Filipino wife doubles as a housekeeper. Another user wrote, hello handsome, finding your video feels like fate. I'm from Yangjiang. Can you introduce Filipino girls to my sons? Both are unmarried. Other comments included, the bride price for a Filipino wife is around 10,000 yuan. Only the paperwork costs are high. And, hello handsome, I'm from Huazhou. Can you introduce someone? My brother is 34 and still single. Another user praised, Filipino girls are more considerate than Chinese girls. They're tidy, diligent, and attractive. I recommend finding a wife in the Philippines. In recent years, Chinese social media discussions about rural men marrying foreign brides have intensified. A growing gender imbalance in rural areas with more single men drives this trend. Women from Vietnam and the Philippines are increasingly viewed as a solution to this social challenge. Young people in mainland China face intense economic pressures, and marriage often requires a costly bride price, a house, and a car. Many young men, especially those born in the 1980s and 1990s, find marriage unattainable and express skepticism about love. A vlogger explained that unlike China's demands for a high bride price...
So, right. In China, you got to have a house waiting for, if not 2, car. Then you got to pay the dowry of like $20,000 USD. But if they get the one from the Philippines, they got to deal with all that.
Price, a house, and a car. Marrying a Filipino bride is straightforward. If she likes you, a meal, a ring, and a pass are enough to get married. This contrast makes Filipino brides highly appealing to single Chinese men. A vlogger showcased several Filipino wives living in her village.
Whoa guys, look who showed up at our shop tonight. These friends are all from the Philippines. So how many of you are Filipino? 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay, 4 of them. But maybe they don't speak much Chinese. Anyone here who speaks Chinese?
She knows a little bit, just a little. I married a Filipino gal, and we're living out in the countryside. She keeps saying it's boring at our place. Same old, nothing going on. But isn't that just rural life? She says she's not happy, but we've been here for decades, making our own joy. You've got to find happiness in the countryside too, right? So, I take her shopping to perk her up. A Chinese vlogger has issued a reminder, warning men who are rushing to the Philippines in search of wives to be cautious as the reality is far more complex.
Lately, I've seen too many Chinese guys online envying the idea of marrying a Filipino girl. They say,
okay, now this is a Chinese content creator who's going to be hating on the Philippine women and the Chinese men for getting together. So as you listen to her, she's a hater.
Chinese women ask for a car, a house, a bride price, but Filipino girls don't ask for anything. They are hardworking too. Don't get fooled by the hype. Let's be real for a second. Sure, some of them are mixed-race beauties, but others are single mums who had to grow up fast. Some might see marrying a Chinese man as a way to move up in life, but others may just want you to support their entire family, and they will drain you dry.
The vlogger noted that abortion is illegal in the Philippines, leading many young women from poor families to become single mothers at a young age. Still children themselves, they must raise their own, driving them to seek financial stability. They are often hard-working, diligent, and keep the home spotless. However, some may expect support for their entire families. In rare cases, men marrying Filipino women have been deceived, losing both money and marriage. Some social media users recommend marrying Vietnamese women. One user commented, "Filipino wives don't seem very attractive. For your village's sake, consider a Vietnamese wife. Vietnamese girls are prettier." Another countered, "Vietnamese women aren't dependable. I want a partner for life, not just beauty. Someone too attractive feels less trustworthy." In recent years, many Chinese men have married Vietnamese women.
I can see that. Theo. Japanese men, shout to you with the $5 love. He said Japanese men marry the Philippines, Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia at over 20,000 marriages yearly, and Japanese women hate it. So the same thing that the ladies in the States don't like about us, the same thing that our Asian passport brethren is going through over there.
With some proudly showcasing their attractive partners on social media. I didn't spend a single cent back then and still managed to bring home a Vietnamese wife. She's 15 years younger than me. One vlogger shared his story. After a divorce, he moved to Vietnam to start a business. Just as he began to make money, he was scammed by a new girlfriend. It was during his lowest point that his current wife chose to be with him. But not all experiences are so positive. I really regret marrying my Vietnamese wife. Honestly, poor folks like us just aren't cut out for international marriages. Hey everyone, I'm Ah Liang, living in Vietnam. Today, I'm breaking down the headaches of cross-border marriages, hoping you'll hear me out and maybe avoid some pitfalls. First off, if you settle in China, your wife can't work there legally. Buying insurance? Nope. A green card? Forget it. That's even tougher, unless you've got your own business to employ her, but that's rare. Once kids come, the pressure's on. You're footing nearly all the family bills alone. Truth is, most Vietnamese women, about 80%, marry into China to escape poverty back home. They're banking on a better life with you, not more hardship. After a while in China, they'll miss home. Even one yearly visit means a month away, with visas, flights, and other costs piling up. You can't roll up empty-handed either. Gifts for her family are a must, and how much depends on your wallet. If her family is really struggling, she might even send them money every month. The vlogger noted that family background matters significantly. If the husband's financial situation is too strained, the wife may leave, leading to both financial and emotional loss. He also highlighted cultural challenges, including language, diet, customs, and beliefs, which differ greatly between the two countries and require time to navigate. Living in Vietnam, as he does, may ease these adjustments slightly. Please, don't just casually marry a Vietnamese wife. That's advice from someone who's been through it. A Sichuan vlogger shared his experience marrying his Vietnamese girlfriend. Now with a 1-month-old baby, he faces several challenges. First, their lifestyle differs, especially diets, as Vietnamese cuisine requires ingredients only available online via Pinduoduo. Fortunately, his wife cooks well, which he says is critical to avoid bigger issues. Communication is limited to basic exchanges due to language differences. Frequent cross-border visits to her family are costly, adding financial strain. Post-marriage pressures have left him physically and mentally exhausted. A Vietnamese woman cautioned Chinese men against paying brokers for marriages. She advised meeting someone naturally while traveling in Vietnam, emphasizing that such relationships are more likely to endure.
Chinese men, stop coming to Vietnam just to find wives. You think we are poor, so you can just spend a little money and buy a wife? If you can't find a wife in China, do you really think you can get one in Vietnam?
Does that sound familiar? Does that not sound like sisters and white women in the States that's talking about the passport bros couldn't get a woman in the States? That's why y'all got to go to these other countries to find women. And they gonna use y'all when y'all get over to these countries. This sounds just like the same rhetoric we hear in the West from women who are upset when we get wives in other countries. Same terms. Yeah, that Keisha disease is spreading. Yeah, you can't make it up. It's like women who have never met women from the other side of the world are literally quoting the same thing. The same thing.
People always say Vietnam is poor. Don't forget, it's 2025 for us too. The things you see, we see as well. You use iPhones, we use iPhones too. If you can't afford to support a family in China, how can you in Vietnam? People accuse Vietnamese girls of marriage scams, but that's because you are trying to buy a wife with money. That's not how it works. In Vietnam, you don't need to pay to find a wife. You come here, travel, meet people, fall in love. That's how a real relationship forms. Marriage doesn't cost money, but if you try to buy a wife, of course you will get scammed. If you really want to marry a Vietnamese woman, you need to understand our culture. Take it slow, don't rush. Back then, I ignored my parents' objections and married into rural China. Do I regret it now?
A Vietnamese woman married to a man in rural China posted a video online of herself cutting grass in the fields. When it spread on Vietnamese social media, the comments were harsh, questioning why others in China live in apartments and drive cars while she married into poverty. Many recalled warning her against moving to China and now mock her daily struggles, suggesting she'd be better off back home. She admitted ignoring her parents' objections to marry in China. Though some assume she regrets it, she says she feels no regret. Another Vietnamese woman commented, "I've lived in Anhui, China for 14 years since marrying. My husband passed away over 3 years ago, leaving me to raise our children alone. Life in China is highly stressful and exhausting." China affairs expert Yue Shan noted that discussions about marrying Vietnamese or Filipino women often focus on material benefits. However, many foreign women marry into China out of necessity. Under Communist Party rule, China lacks religious and press freedoms, and corruption is widespread. Vietnam, by contrast, avoided events like the Cultural Revolution, enjoys greater online freedom, and has a rising economy, while China's declines. The Philippines also offers a freer society. These women, he said, are entering a less free country. Since the Russia-Ukraine war began, more Chinese men have married women from Russia and Ukraine. My wife's whipping up some pickled cucumber for a Ukrainian cold dish to share. She's in the kitchen now, cooking something. Don't know if it's lunch or dinner, but whatever, as long as she's happy. The way she cuts veggies is totally different from how we do it back home. In Ukraine, they don't use big kitchen knives, just these tiny ones. Another vlogger filmed himself preparing to head to the train station with flowers to welcome his Ukrainian wife back from a vacation abroad. Today's a big day. My wife's coming home. I'm gonna hop in the shower, throw on some fresh clothes, grab some flowers, and head to the train station to pick her up. She's been off on an overseas vacation for about a month now. A man from rural Henan confessed that he has little money, yet his Ukrainian wife still crossed thousands of miles to marry him without hesitation. A couple days ago, an auntie told Irina that with her looks, she could have landed a way better catch, but here she is with me, no car, no house, no bride price, just living out in the countryside. What's she even getting out of this? The vlogger shared that his wife believes true love is all that really matters. He described finding her as the greatest blessing of his life. In Gansu, another vlogger shared a rainy day video of himself and his Russian wife cooking together in their countryside home.
Honey, let me do it. Let me do it.
A viral video captured a Chinese man's traditional wedding ceremony with his foreign bride. China also has many single women. Official statistics show over 240 million single adults, including about 116 million women. Notably, about 80% of these women chose to stay single. Most are post-1990s, well-educated, and financially independent, living in cities. In contrast, single men are mostly in rural areas or lower-tier urban jobs. Some women want to marry but struggle to find partners. Commenting on the trend of Chinese men marrying foreign women, a Guangdong woman born in 1989 posted, "I still can't find a husband, yet you're marrying foreign women?" Since the late 1970s, China's one-child policy led to forced abortions and significant population losses. Until 2013, the government enforced strict family planning, intending to maintain the one-child rule. Influenced by traditional son preference, many families sought illegal gender tests at underground clinics, aborting female fetuses. In poor rural areas without such access, some people even abandoned their baby girls. This contributed to China's severe gender imbalance, with far more men than women. The two-child policy began in 2015, but birth rates barely rose. By 2020, annual births fell to around 10 million, a post-1949 low.
Oh yeah, me too, Necro.
On May 31st, 2021, a three-child policy was introduced, followed by pro-birth measures, but these have had little impact. China's demographic imbalance is a key cause of the bachelor crisis.
Yeah.
The 2020 census showed 34.9 million more men than women, meaning millions of men may never marry. Marriage rates in China are plummeting, especially in rural areas with many older, unmarried men. More concerning, China's 2023 fertility rate was 1.0, the second lowest globally. In early 2024, Xiamen University economics professor Ding Chafa suggested allowing international marriages to address a rural bachelor crisis by bringing in eligible women from overseas. Many single Chinese men, especially in rural areas, see foreign brides as less demanding, requiring no house, car, or high bride price. They view Southeast Asian women as hardworking and family-oriented, making them ideal marriage partners. Cross-border marriages reflect only one aspect of China's marriage and fertility challenges. With a stagnant economy and rising job insecurity, many young people struggle to survive, choosing not to marry, further driving down marriage rates. On December 28, 2023, the China Population and Employment Statistical Yearbook reported that in 2022, 51.3% of adults aged 25 to 29 were unmarried, 18.4% of those aged 30 to 34, and 8% of those aged 35 to 39.
All right. We got a chance to see two videos. We got follow the SIMP economy, and now we got a chance to see the results of the fall of the SIMP economy. Yeah, she was riding out that tractor, wasn't she? and that young lady on the tractor was in a video that we watched a couple of months ago, and she was she came from a wealthy family in Europe and decided to marry a regular farm guy. And they said that she's very well known on social media for her videos living on the farm, because people are like, wow, you were living a rich life and you decided to come to China and live a rural life, and she's happy as can be. And that's why she's gone viral when it comes to Russian women moving to China and getting married. And so a lot of dudes, once again, the SIMP economy is crashing, man. It's crashing. Men are not wasting their time spending your money on females' weaves, females' eyelashes, makeups. They want you guys to have bad credit, but they still want to have good credit themselves. They want you guys to collapse when it comes to saving for your home in another country, getting your condo, getting your house in another country. But they are going to save, and they're going to buy them a condo in Cartagena. So don't waste your money, man, on trying to impress women anymore. Those days are over. That's like a dinosaur move. I mean, I understand dating, that's one thing. Coffee date, that's another thing. And somebody being your wife or your woman, I got that. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about like first date, and you're splurging on a first date. No. Here in Colombia, I kid you not. Y'all want the truth? Your first date in Colombia should be no more. I'm talking about for a good meal. No more than $20, $25 at the most. And I'm talking about you both ate good at a nice restaurant. It is not that expensive in a lot of countries to have a really nice, decent meal. So don't go to other countries showboating, throwing money in the air like the Pookies and Ray Rays do. But just be yourself, because a lot of these women are looking for a good man just like you, and this is globally. and you don't have to simp to do it. That's the cool part about it. Shout out to Black Chairman in the building as well. You guys are coming in. That snuck up in here. Shout out to all you guys. He said, yeah, that lady is from northern Italy. Okay, cool. And a wealthy family. He said, I remember that video. Yeah, very well off, and she's very happy living her farm life. Shout out to her. Let's get ready to do some outros, guys. I might be here tomorrow. I might do one tomorrow. But I might not. I might just spend the next couple of days getting ready for the Black Manosphere Conclave. And then you guys will see me on Thursday night, because that's when I get to the conclave on Thursday. This is Thursday? Yeah, Thursday evening. Well, Thursday afternoon. So I'll be doing a live stream on Thursday evening. Shout out to all you guys that are here. Appreciate you guys. He said, what's the deal with the women in the U.S. wanting to have joint bank accounts? He said, when did women think that this was okay to pitch that idea? Hey, that's in the States. I wouldn't know. Andre and I have several accounts. I don't think we have. We could have a joint account, but our money moves so, we just don't have. We just never thought about it. If you want the truth, we never thought about it. It doesn't hurt us at all. I don't mess with Andre Bank. And this is the other reason why we don't do joints. I just remember why we don't do joints. Here in Colombia, you are taxed on your bank account. Whatever went into your bank account, that's what you're taxed on. So if Andre and I had a joint account, what goes in there would impact her taxation and my taxation. So we keep our accounts separately so it doesn't impact. This month is tax season for Andrea based off of her social security number, in other words, cell dealing number. Based off of my number is my tax day month is next month. So in Colombia, you get all your paycheck goes directly into your direct deposit, unless you're getting paid under the table, right? Let's say in September, let's say Andrea was from her job, all of her money that's going into her bank account, that's taxed. All her paychecks, all of it. So in the United States, they take the taxes out of each one of your paychecks, and then you file for taxes. In Colombia, you get all the money, and then they just do a big lump sum tax filing to in order to find out how much you owe in taxes. So far, since I've been here, since Andre's a tax accountant, your boy ain't owed no taxes. So I file taxes with Mrs. Spence, but I haven't owed. But that's how it works down here. That you just your whole whatever went to that account. That's why a lot of times females will have y'all send money through Western Union in Colombia. Poppy, send me money to Western Union. Why? Because if they get that money sent to their bank account, it counts regarding their tax calculation. That's why a lot of Colombian women do not allow you to send money to their bank account, because that goes toward their taxation. So yeah. Yep. He said, yeah, David Bridle has no. You kidding. Dang. America has changed. David Bridle has closed 49 stores and might be going into bankruptcy in the next few years. Wow. That is crazy. That is crazy. Yep. He said, yeah, Andrea got them tax skills. He said, no, Dre, that's never going to let that slide for real. She got them tax skills for real. She would get my business on taxes. Cool. I kid you not. And she been doing corporate taxes as well as private taxes for years, man. Like straight out of college. That's what she wanted to go off into. And so yeah, man, kid you not. So she does a few companies around the city. She does their taxes for them, their bookkeeping and their taxes. Wow, y'all ain't marrying nobody. If David Bridle's shutting down, that means y'all not marrying nobody. Dang. Dang. It's been on life support for a minute. Oh, wow. Okay. He said the nose guard and center, aka super heavyweight. Wow. He said, can you be taxed off non-income money? What do you mean by that? AMSM, let me know before we go. What do you mean by that? Can you be taxed off non-income money? If it goes, let's put like I think I know what you're saying. If it goes into the bank account, it's taxed. If it goes into that woman's bank account, it's taxed. It doesn't matter if it's income or if it's a gift. If it's a gift, and let's say you send her $300 one time or $300 a month or whatever you might send a female in Colombia, that money is taxed even as if she worked for it. So yeah, I think I understand where you're coming from with that. Yeah, even non-income, anything that goes into that account, it is taxed. I don't care if it's a family member sending her money. I don't care if it's a job. I don't care if she won it in the lottery. No matter what happens, if that money hits her account, that money is calculated in her taxes. Yep. Yeah, they're done for in the States. That's crazy. You do. Yeah, y'all done shut down David Bridles, man. Shout out to DJ. DJ says this. He said, every kiss begins with K. May soon follow. America is just falling apart since I've been gone. K Jewelers, not K. Every kiss begins. Y'all messing up K, not K. Oh man, I'm learning so much tonight. My man Ray says this. Shout out to Ray. Ray says this. He said, David Bridle is in trouble, and that means no one is going to Jared's. Yes. Y'all talk about K Jewelers, Jared, and David Bridle. But I ain't mad at y'all. For real, I ain't mad at y'all. Y'all ain't marrying nobody in America. I ain't mad at y'all. He said, okay, that's got to be crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Anything that goes to the bank account, that's taxed. So, like I said, any gift, anything that goes to the bank account. If you guys, if I had somebody send me money directly to my Colombian bank account, that goes towards. That's all taxed. Like I said, my month is October, and Andres is like you get 2 months in Colombia for everybody. You might have to file your taxes in September, or you have to file your tax in October. It just depends on what your number is, right? On your cellular, your ID card. And so yeah, I think Andre's already done my taxes though. But yeah, that's how it works. No matter what goes to that account, that is what's taxed. That's why a lot of people like to pay under the table. That helps the businesses that like, listen, I don't know what employee you talking about. I ain't got no extra employee here, because they pay the person under the table for little things. But that's how they often do down here. But when it comes to those taxes, the only thing that comes out of the paycheck is their Social Security, their pension, and their medical insurance. So medical insurance, like in the States, that comes out of their regular paycheck, and their Social Security benefits come out of their paycheck. In Colombia, women retire on Social Security at the age of 58, and men retire on Social Security at the age of 62 and get their full benefits. He said, I forgot about Jared. He said those bridal shows used to be all over. No more bridal shows? No more wedding dress shows on the reality TV? Dang, boy, things have changed since your boy left. Things have changed since your boy left. At one point, he said now non-existent. They did it to themselves. Absolutely correct. Wow. Every kiss Begins with K. I know, right? Man, Warehouse is still doing strong. Yes, sir. Shout out to, you know, we got to look good. You see what we spending our money on? Ourselves. We spend our money on ourselves. Wedding planners, crying the blues. Man, you know what? I got to do a video on all these. I got to do a video on all these that's going on in the States. Yeah. David's Bridal. Goodness gracious. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do a video on all these type of businesses that are going out of business in the States due to people not getting married. He said only companies making money this economy is Big Pharma, which is true, and these lovely ladies of Zolift. And the lovely ladies of what is Zolift? Let me know what Zolift is, guys. Hey, I don't know. Okay, I don't know what Zolift is. Shout out to you. He said, I hope it's worth 10. The kitty said, I hope it's worth $10. Also, I forgot, I gave everybody a shout out over on shout out to my man Thelonious in the building. That's who I meant to give a shout out to for the $5 love. Thelonious, appreciate you being here, brother. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, he said, because no one wants to give up half of everything they own. Left me dry as a bone. Yep. Been there, done that. Nick says that, remember, man, Isaiah 4:1. I was thinking about that earlier. I was thinking about Isaiah 4:1 earlier. He said, and in that day, the day will come that 7 women shall take hold of one man and say, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by your last name and take away our recompense, which is not having children. That's the shame. Whenever you hear about a woman having shame in the Bible, it is a woman that does not have a child. So saying, hey, marry us, give us your last name, and give us some kids. Instead, the day will come, 7 women will go to one man and ask for this together. And notice that it said, we will. And the ladies aren't arguing. The ladies are saying, hey, we coming together. We will eat our own bread and we will wear our own apparel. Just help us have your last name. It didn't say the women were going to be competing. The day is going to come where women are going to have to go ahead and just bite the bullet and be shear bears. And if it's in the Bible, you know God ain't lying about it. My man Will says this. He said, just curious. He said, what is the maximum recommended deposit into your account annually? For me, which has kept me out of having to pay taxes, I would say I'm putting it in USD. I would say no more than 11,000. I would say no more than 11,000 for that year. As long as I've stayed under the 11,000 threshold, I didn't even have to file. The moment I went over the 11,000, which was last year for the first time, I think it was at 13,000, right? I had to file taxes. But like I said, with the tax accountant in the other room, working her magic, I didn't have to owe any taxes, but I had to file. It's the same thing this year. I went over, but I don't owe any taxes. So yeah, but if you got a Colombian bank account, as long as you can keep it like right around between 10 and 11,000, you basically don't even really have to file. And even if you do have to file, you basically won't owe anything. Yeah, like I said, I've been here all these years, and the first time I had to file was last year, and that was the first time I went over 11,000 USD. He said when pastors get the cussing, I know a lot of pastors been cussing lately. I've been noticing that, man. A lot of pastors been cussing lately. He said when pastors get the cussing because no one is getting married, man, they losing money. Man, pastors, man, I'm writing all this down. I'm gonna do a video on all this, man. I'm doing a video on all this. Yep. I am doing a video on this, man. I didn't even know about all this in the West. Yep, David Bridle has filed for bankruptcy twice, 2018 and again in 2023, and was purchased by a new owner in 2023. Wow. Kay's Jeweler. Yep. Kay's Jewelers parent company, Signet. Let me write that down. Signet Jewelers has not filed for bankruptcy, but has undergone major reconstruction. Yeah. Liquidations. Probably going to end up merging with something, including store closures and layoffs. Crazy. He said, "Yeah, I noticed the Kay's Jewelers, Jared's are in malls, but we all know malls are dead in America." That's another point. It's crazy how you can go to other countries and the malls are vibrant, even though there's online, shopping. But in America, malls are dead in America. Even online, online is declined. Wow. Everybody Temu. If you can't afford Temu, come on. He said all the ads that used to be on TV no longer shows anymore, not even mailers. Wow, you don't get any advertisement in the mail. That's wow, what's going on. I'm learning a lot tonight. I'm not being facetious at all. I am learning. I didn't know about any of this, man. Any of this. He said, I'm dipping the conversation. He said, my goal is to leave the States in 5 or 6 years. He said, find a good woman and get married overseas. He said, I'm not getting married in America. I can understand that. I've been there, done that, and I can't see it ever again. So he said, now the next thing is, Meek says this, shout out to Meek. Meek says this. He said, the next thing to happen is for these Uncle Toms to stop kissing Whitey's behind. I can see that. But that's not going to stop. You will be gone before the Uncle Tom stop doing that. You will be living the lap of luxury in another country before you see that. He said wedding singers are moonlighting as baristas. Now, man, y'all got to give me some good suggestions. I'm going to put together a really nice video for this one. Goodness gracious. Real estate too, Dre. People aren't buying homes. Goodness. Oh, it's a psycho med or psychic med or psych med. Wow, I didn't know that. I heard of it, but I didn't know what it was. So I had heard of it, but you hear something, you kind of like let it go out in one ear out the other. I'd heard of it, but I didn't know what it was. He said David Bridle first filed Chapter 11 back in 2018, but restructured its debt amid the changing consumer preferences and competition from online I've kind of figured that online realtors. Oh, there's like a sleeping pill. Okay, Zoloff, get your money. Corporal S.T. Jones, sir, he says this one. He says it emerged from bankruptcy in 2019 under new ownership. A group is formed of its former leaders. Okay, or lenders. All right, guys, let me let you guys go. I'll get ready to give my man a call, set up a consultation for him so we can get everything set up for his journey here to Colombia, to Cali. Shout out to my man being in the building. He said all hands on deck. Brace the impact of the iceberg ahead. Yes, sir. Shout out to all you guys. And last but not least, he says a real man has to step up. Absolutely correct. Shout out to all you guys. Peace. Let's get some outros going. Let us get us some outro videos going. Let's go. We haven't done this one in a while.
say. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Like it or love it, it's double or nothing. You ain't getting money, then you bugging. Damn fat, you know I'ma hug it. Lows by the truck. Up the budget, cashing it in, damn I'm a bucket. OD, you know I overdoes it. If it ain't moolah, we cannot discuss it. Her name ain't Erica, she finna bust it. Her name ain't Mega, but yeah, she a stallion. The way that we dressin' ran out of Italian. New chain bustin', peep the medallion. Pour your own troubles out by the gallon. Her name ain't Lotta, but she from the south. Her name ain't Ruby, she got a big mouth. Putting it in, she staking it out. Putting it in, she staking it out. She like salsa, one in a hole, just like a golfer. If you ain't leeching, what can you offer? Ain't got it, they just be talkers. Ain't got it, they just be talkers. They gon' tell you what you wanna hear. Yeah, put you in a nice pair. Best if you don't listen.
All this shit from me, I'm making her wet. It's double line, you know we the set. They know we up next, that's why they upset. Diamonds on me, and you know it's baguettes. Ballin' so hot, man, I need me a rap. If you ain't on time, then you getting left. Can't live in the past, ain't got no regrets. Ain't looking for love, just want me. Like it or love it, still gotta respect it. How you in first, but you coming in second. They watching your next, so you gotta protect it. Running it up and we breaking the records. You gave us your last, you should've just kept it. Eyes on me as soon as I step in. The eye on me, you know what I'm reppin'. It's eyes, so yeah, you know what we dressin'. Our blessings is coming, they know that we destined. Like it or love it, they know how we coming. Just send us the budget, send us the budget. She wanna suck in my hands on weed, she tell me don't touch it. What you doing? We bringing them vibes, you know we don't force it. Tell them don't rush us. Don't rush us at all. Hate us or love us, it really don't matter. Ain't holding no grudges.
Like it or love it, it's double or nothing. You ain't getting money, then you bugging. Damn fat, you know I'ma hug it. Lows by the truck, up the budget, cashing it in. Damn I'm a bucket. OD, you know I overdoes it. If it ain't moolah, we cannot discuss it. Her name ain't Erica, she finna bust it.
She want me to touch it, I'm making her cream. Like she a Russian, she for the team. She bring her cousins, I'm bringing my brothers. Now it's the scene and we are for being.
Like it or love it, I had to just dub it. Ain't no in between, no in between. She for the streets, feeling so geek. She for the streets, feeling so geek.
Like it or love it, they know how we